That's alright, mama. That's alright with you. You do. That's alright. That's alright. That's alright now, mama. Anyway, do. Come on, man. Can you feel the vibe?
Sorry about that, everybody. Looks like we're back. Looks like it's working. Just a bad sync and connection. So not on our part. Something around the live. I've never seen that happen before, but who cares? We're back, and it seems like everything's working. Please repost. There we go. There's the numbers. I was freaking out. What the hell's going on?
It's probably because no one could get on.
Yeah, hit Twitter, hit Facebook, hit them all. Let's go. Let's get everybody in here. We're going to go immediately into Ryan Weaver, and then we'll start the show without the intro. Actually, I got to do the intro, the one single intro. I apologize. That's got to be done. And we will be right back, but we'll speed through the rest.
Do you want the truth? Are you tired of being so confused? You feel like you're more fucked up than the lies on the evening news. Well, just step right in. We can talk about it all as friends. And if you want, we can hug and kiss and make up for the party ends. Agree or disagree, stop offering me. 'Cause I'm everything you want. Damn, so what's your name? I won't tell no lies. Back up on the facts with truth. And if you can't get down with that, you must be somebody's stuff.
What's going on, everybody? Matthew Spear from the Don't Unfriend Me show. I am proud to announce that the Documents of Freedom are back in stock. Show me. It's a 3-book collection, leather bound, by Arcadia Publishing. Starts out with the Bill of Rights, and it's the complete edition of the rights, so you can look up and reference anything your heart desires. Declaration of Independence with revisions and founder images included, beautifully illustrated. And last but not least, what would Documents of Freedom be without the Constitution of the United States of America in its entirety? The box is handmade by PFC flags, custom engraving, all 100% made in the USA from the nails to the glue. And we have a 5-star rating, satisfaction guaranteed, 150 sold 5 stars or better. It is so important, especially in today's society, to ensure that the younger generation has these books available in the future. Get them for your family and friends, available right now. Head on over to thedumbshow.com/books. Thanks so much.
What's up, everybody? It's Ryan Weaver. I am on the Don't Unfriend Me show, otherwise known as The Dumb Show, with host Matt Spear. You guys can find the show at The Dumb Show on social media or thedumbshow.com.
What's going on, everybody? Sorry, we had something to take care of for one of our listeners. I think we're good.
Yep, got it.
I think we got everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just checking everything's fine by 5 real quick. All right, looks like we're good. All right, we're set. Paul, are you on? What's that say? Wait. What?
I don't know what that is.
Is that from just now?
Yes.
What's that number? What bank is that, Liv? Speaking cryptically.
Not a clue.
People can put their hands together for a minute, please, and please help us. That we would appreciate it. Okay. Liv, you know that number. That number right there. Use that 4-digit number. That's one of our accounts. What account is that? Speak cryptically, please. What? Find out. Get up and go find out. And run. Oh, that way.
Yeah.
Folks, we just need a minute. Just got some interesting news here, so we're trying to balance everything, so just bear with us, please. What does it say?
I don't know. A lot of the times they'll use cryptic numbers, not the actual account numbers for...
That number I've seen before. This I've seen. I know this number. This number is something we own. I need to know what that number is.
I'm looking. The only two I've got access to.
That just came through when we sent in that donation. Is that correct?
Yes.
Within minutes of each other. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's neither of the accounts I've got access to.
Wait a second. What in the name of hell is this?
Oh, it's a scam.
You think so?
Yep.
Okay,
I
hold
do.
on. No, it's not. So this transaction was yesterday at 155 for $3.99. I know what it is.
What is it?
This was for the new logo that I was designing. I needed a pattern.
Gotcha.
So for some reason they tried to pay it out of my bank versus the PayPal number, and that might be our old one.
It's got to be the old one, yeah.
Okay, so that solves that. And
Yeah,
they
okay.
sent it just because they sent it. Okay.
Yep, okay.
All right, let's check our messages and get caught up. Sorry,
Yes,
folks.
sorry.
Listen, it's been a crazy
goodness
like
me.
10 minutes, and we've been trying to figure everything out. No, it's not bad. I just wanted everybody to... No, we're fine. We just wanted... No, we're good. We don't need to put the mic on mute. We just were trying to figure something out. So just because we're always transparent with you guys, we'll tell you what happened. So we helped out one of our viewers because we try to do that, but we don't... whatever. I'm not going to do it and say, oh, yeah, we don't talk about it, then talk about it. So anyway, we were trying to help out a viewer, and PayPal removed one of our accounts because we thought that there was a problem, because we're always worried about doing that because we just want to make sure it goes to the right person. And it said your account's been removed, so we're flipping out. What had happened is that I made a purchase for a vector file yesterday, and they tried to push it through my bank account but the bank account declined it because it's an old account. So they just removed that account. That's what happened. So everything's fine. We should be running 5x5 right now. However, we have no content up except for this. So I apologize. So let us flip.
There we go. So before we go any further, I do need to say thank you to someone for this beautiful sweater I'm wearing. I have no idea who sent it. It was at the P.O. box yesterday when I came home from work, and it's comfortable and it's beautiful. But there was no note. I have no idea who sent it. So whoever did, thank you very much, because it's really cool and really pretty, and I really like it. If you can't tell, I'm wearing it.
It's beautiful. When we opened it up, it was just absolute. We thought it was a scarf. And whoever sent it, thank you.
Yes.
It means the world to us. So, I mean, that's such a beautiful and thoughtful thing. People send us stuff all the time, and most people don't say anything.
No, they don't.
And it's really, really kind, and we can't thank you enough. And we were talking at the dinner table, and one of our listeners was like, hey, you know what? I would never ask, but I figured I would ask, and I need some help, and are you willing to help? And the answer is yes. And we will always try to help, and we'll always do what we can, even when we can't really afford it, because the way we look at it is your success is our success. You get your life where you need it to be, and you're going to be more present during the show and help, be a person who contributes to the show. And that's what we look for. And, so we try to help where we can, and we do it often. And like I try to tell y'all, you give until it feels good, not till it hurts. And if you can't, you can't. And if you can, you can. And church has helped that too. I mean, we know we could walk into our church and ask for help, and they would help us. That's just the way it is. So we're trying to live that life too for people and help when we can. So, to the person, check your account. That's it. You know who you are. Next is, my pastor I reached out to on Sunday. And although we're not a mega church, but we've got, a couple hundred people who show up to the church. And we always talk before the service, like always, like not always. I mean, it's been 4 times, but it seems that every time he looks for me, I look for him, and we see each other, and then we start talking. And I basically said to him, I'd like to have you on the podcast. And he was like, well, let's talk about it. So he reached out, and which is amazing for as big as his parish is. And he said, hey, let's sit down and have a conversation. So I'm gonna go meet with him on Tuesday and try to bring him on the show. And I think that would be an amazing thing. And I don't know if it can be Sundays, but what I was thinking is after church, instead of that I would set up and take a 30-minute show or something and just have you guys hear this guy, maybe talk about the message. Because it's fantastic, and he does such a great job. So anyway, that's what we're doing there, and we hope everyone's doing well. Okay, Documents of Freedom boxes are in. They just got done drying. They're here. They are. They're right here, ready to ship.
Do we have any left to sell? Or are we out?
I overordered 4. So we wiped out of the first 10. We got 4 left. So I'm going to get these boxed up probably tomorrow. And then they will go out on Friday, and you should have them by Monday, Tuesday. And that's still within the end of the month, because that's what we usually do. We run the sale until the 21st. Then we get the production at 25. Then they're at your house by the 31st. So if you want to get in on it, I'm shipping tomorrow, and then I'm not shipping again for a month. If even we do it again. I don't even know if we're going to do it again. So go over to thedumbshow.com. Also, coffee.
We might do it for Christmas, because Christmas is always a big one.
Maybe. Also, coffee. My coffee guy is still on vacation. He's actually doing his winter coffee buy. So if you buy the Don't Unfriend Me coffee, which is, listen, dude, all these other coffee places, they're junk. I've tried all the major coffees from a lot of the podcasters. My stuff, anyone will tell you, it's the best. It's veteran made. It's in Wisconsin, and it's made fresh. 72 hours after you order, you get a bag and you open it up and you will smell the difference. And then if you put that thing in a regular coffee pot or a press, you will taste the difference. So go on over there and do that. All right. So we've done that. We've got the pitches out of the way.
It was Kimberly Ann is the one who sent it.
Kimberly sent it. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Kimberly. Thank you. Yeah, we've done 100,000 followers in less than 9 months. Isn't that incredible? And the funny thing is, 60,000 of those are in the last 12 days. Did you hear what I just said? Mm-hmm. 60,000 in the last 12 days. All right. Good enough. Let's have a conversation. So donations are open, folks. And remember, not only do we have that to run the show and to survive, we also try to help out when we can and give back. And we're slowing down on the We Are Charlie shirts, and we should have a number here for you by the end of the month, once everything ships and no returns are done, to give you the number that we're going to be sending to Olivia's having a bad night.
No, Streamlabs isn't working right now.
That means Olivia's having a bad night, because now it's Facebook and now it's Streamlabs, and we haven't even started yet. Can we go? Are we in the mud?
All me.
You're my who curse. It's that damn shirt. Take it off. Sorry, folks. We'll be right back. No. Okay. All right. Here we go. Listen, I'll put my stuff against Black Rifle Coffee. And listen, anybody that sends out millions of bags of coffee can't be producing the highest of quality coffee. It's just the way it works. It's just the way it works. Just like mass-produced whiskey isn't the greatest whiskey. It's good, and it's good enough for government work. But if you want coffee where one cup will last you all day, this is the coffee for you. It's good stuff. It's great stuff. I wouldn't say it was if it wasn't. And everyone who buys again, and they love it. Okay. Now Elizabeth needs our favorite colors for all four of us. Liv, go.
I'm pink.
Brenda Shepard donated $25 because it feels good. Thank you, Brenda. That's all the thing we care about, that it feels good. Thank you. Go ahead. I'm
pink.
So what type of pink? Is it like hot pink, magenta, a bubblegum pink?
Any pink. I'm just pink.
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 I am a dark gray, or don't unfriend me blue.
All right, I got to find the other two. Hang on.
Don't unfriend me blue or dark gray. I like black too. So black, dark gray, and don't unfriend me blue. Just go with black or dark gray, because that matches my personality. We'll get you the rest.
I texted the other two.
Okay, here we go. We'll get you the rest of the colors. All right, are we all done?
Yes.
Okay. So busy day. Busy. Let's get with the Don't Unfriend Me movies first, and then we can do the rest. Are you good now, Livy?
Yes, I think. It's the website, the page is acting all funky, but it's still working.
What, stream?
Yeah, it's not doing its normal thing. It's not.
Well, we need donations tonight, so let's get that thing going.
Normally I can get rid of this, and so it's not, but it's
Is it fine. Sandra Seasons or Sessions?
Season.
Then she's new.
No.
Then you spelled it wrong.
No, I didn't.
Sandra Season?
Oh, shoot, a seat. Sorry, it's a C.
I know my listeners.
Sorry, it's a C.
See, I know my listeners. I'm sorry you don't. Why don't you like our listeners, Liv?
I'm just going to leave.
No, you're not. Bullshit. This video is an epic troll. Listen, I've seen a lot of things from Donald Trump, but this is just genius. This is just hilarious. Listen to this. You'll love this. Dodger blue for Matt. No. Astros blue for Matt. Knock it off. Don't start that shit. I used to be Dodger blue. I grew up a Dodger fan. Steve Sachs, Ron Save, Vladimir Guerrero, Yeager, Oral Hershiser, Kirk Gibson, all of them. And we went to almost, I can't even tell you how many games we went to, thousands. And I was a Dodger fan most of my life. Old Tommy Lasorda. And I got to meet Vin Scully and the whole works, and we're just not Dodger fans anymore in the least. At least I'm not. Here's the video, and I want to show you guys this. This was from Trump's wall. We've heard about it. This is the presidential framed portrait wall that goes all the way down from the private quarters. This is the residence quarters down through here. And then this loops around, and then you take a right, and then you go into the president's Oval Office. So here is the video. Enjoy this. I added a little touch to it. This is it. Absolutely. Elizabeth says she's making rosary. Then if you're going to make rosary for us, and I'm going to get a little picky, I'm going to ask you to, if you would not mind, I'm a big mahogany fan. So, you know, dark brown mahogany, cherry wood, like the wood right here behind me. This. That didn't look gay at all. This wood right here in this mahogany, it's very stiff and sultry. It's dark too, which means it's long. Hey, what's long, black, and full of semen? A submarine. That's right, boys. Mahogany.
Did you ever tell him what your nickname was in the
Don't fuck with me, Liv. Seriously, you're going to start?
Yeah, I am.
This is what you're going to do.
Now you have to tell him.
Sorry, I dropped the F-bomb. Sure. Okay, so this is pretty simple. My first, you know what? I got to type this out. This is the easiest thing in the world. So if you are going in the Navy and your last name is Smith, okay? Everyone get it?
Yes.
If it's going to be Smith and your first name is Dan, it's going to look like this. Smith D. Everyone get it? And if it's going to be a woman, it would be Spear-O. Oops. Spear, comma, O. It's for Olivia. Well, it took them about 2 seconds to take my last name, which is Spear, and take my first name, which in the military, when you first get in, is Seaman, and take my first initial and put it at the end. And Petty Officer Zabrowski said, "Seaman Sperm, get your fucking ass over here, you tally pollywog son of a bitch. Drop and give me 150 because your name is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. You should have changed your fucking name before you signed up for this United States Navy. You're a disgrace." That guy voted me honor man at boot camp, and I have no idea why, because I thought he hated my life. I thought he hated me. That guy gave me more crap than anything else. Semen sperm. Oh, God, I did a lot of push-ups. I'll tell you what, if I had any problems with insults before I went in the military, I was just fine when I left. I can't, nothing bothers me anymore. I really don't get upset. So you wonder why. I came out bulletproof. They talk about God's armor, Petty Officer Zabrowski's armor. That was armor. Second video did today.
Oh, and you want, so just to add to that.
Seriously? I mean, is this just rip on me tonight? No. Joanne Townsend, $10. Thank you so much.
It's not.
Okay,
but,
go.
You know, I thought I'd share. So when he used to be the DM for Game Crazy down in Arizona.
Can we talk about how you had sex with 3 guys in 7 days?
You've already talked about that last week, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh, can I tell your mother some other stories? I'm sure she's listening.
Okay.
So I'd like to talk to you about a restaurant called 52. Last day in Texas. Let me change that. Last night in Texas.
Oh my God. You're such a dick.
So are you.
No.
Go ahead, tell your damn story.
So they got like a 5-minute spot on the local morning news. So
this is funny. This is funny.
Him and one of his
Cyrus Aponte,
one of his store leaders, went down, and it was when the new Wii was coming out.
It was a Nintendo Wii and Wii Fit.
Yeah, the Wii Fit was just coming out, so they got to go and share that. Well, the newscaster, really nice lady, don't remember her name, super pretty,
big hair, big boobs chick.
Yeah, she comes out and introduces herself, and she's real nice, and she's trying to get the names right, and she's like, "Oh, Cyrus, that's a good name," and she goes, "Is your last name Sperm?" I'm just cracking up,
and I'm like, no. And then she's like, "Oh my God." And she's like, "We got 45 seconds." And she looks at the audio and video guy, and she's like, "Raul, change the name. It's not Sperm." And he's like, "There's no way I can do that quick." And she's like, "We're going to go on." And then like within 3 seconds, no joke, it was like something out of West Wing, got it changed to and he spelled it SPEAR, not EE.
Yeah,
he still screwed it up.
Spelled it wrong, but the reason why is because his email for work was spearm at Hollywood Video.
Davey Wagner goes, wasn't that your email? Yeah, it was sperm@hollywoodvideo.com or sperm.gamecrazy. Sperm@gamecrazy.com. I asked Houligard and Writing and Monhausen and all the guys. I asked all of them to change it, and they were never going to change it for me. No, there's no way.
No.
So yeah, Wags, they didn't change it for my, and you know what? At that time, I didn't care. You know what I meant? I was like, whatever. Who cares?
And thank you, Maureen, for the documents of freedom.
Yes, Maureen, thank you for ordering the documents. We'll get it to you shortly. But yeah, and Dave, yours are coming out. We just told everybody we're going to ship those, I think, Thursday or Friday. You should get it by October 1st. Yeah, so that was my email. It was sperm@HLYW.com, not Hollywood Video. So HLYW.com. Donna subscribed. So yeah, that's what it was. When I went to Apple,
you made sure it was not that.
Well, the thing is that the way that Apple worked is that your email servers were at your store. So I got mad at apple.com. Then that was changed. And I got...
Wasn't it Matt S?
No.
I don't remember.
I don't remember what it was. Huh. I don't know. It wasn't. Yeah, but we had server base on the West Coast, and it came into the Bakersfield number. And then we had those emails, but then my corporate one was different. I don't know what my corporate one was. I think Matthew, was it Matthew Spear?
I have no idea.
Spear.matthew@apple.com, maybe. I don't remember. Who cares? Such a long time ago.
At least someone likes the new bed.
What? Oh.
Hi, Yenny.
Just ADD. What did we talk? All right, here we go. Next video this is just absolutely disgusting. I can't even stand it with these people anymore. Here you go.
The sidewalk outside is filled with people waiting for the parade to start. Everyone is wearing whatever makes them feel most like themselves, even if that means wearing hardly anything at all.
No matter what it takes, we have to get these people away from our children.
Drop it hard.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
they're not
them. She emphasizes them.
Yeah, they, them. They're not even pretending anymore, are they?
No, they're not.
MattSpear@apple.com.
Was it?
I think.
That's what I thought it was.
I was high. So I was on Oxy and Hydro most of the I don't even remember. That's a big blur. I look at my 5-year award and I'm like, huh, that went by real fast. Sorry, folks. I'm just telling the truth here. What do you want? Leftist sabotage the escalator, teleprompter, and audio at the Trump. Listen, okay, teleprompter doesn't work. Possible. Happens all the time. Audio doesn't work. Sure. Escalator doesn't work. All three happening at the same time. And right when Donald Trump steps on it, and they're like, it was one of his video guys who hit the disconnect button. The disconnect button is at the front and at the top. I don't buy it. I don't believe it. Here it is. Just watch. You guys be the judge. But, you know, come on. Come on.
He's still leaving the U.S.
President Schumer.
I don't mind making this speech without a teleprompter because the teleprompter is not working. I feel very happy to be up here with you nevertheless, and that way you speak more from the heart. I can only say that whoever's operating this teleprompter is in big trouble.
This look at the end. Oh, that look is precious, man. That poor guy, his life flashed before his eyes. So did somebody do it? Did somebody stage it? Who cares? Donald Trump rolled with it, and he wound up looking magnanimous, which is, I'll take it. Nice to see so many people on Rumble tonight. So I don't have any problem with it. Richard Johnson had a question. I want to get to it real quick. He says, Canada, UK, France, and Australia voted in favor of Pakistan. Was there decisions made for fear large Islamic factions in their countries revolting? Parliaments of a population have also been invaded. This is what I've been trying to tell everybody. Europe is done. Europe is cooked. Europe's birth rate is extremely low, and most societies have not recovered from below a 1.3 birth rate in history. Pretty much a 0.7 is dead. Like, you're toast. Like, that entire group of people become extinct. But a 1.3, no major country has survived a sustained 1.3 and under birth rate. It's just...
what is the 1.3 out of?
Per person.
Per person.
Per couple.
Per couple.
Yeah, you're having 1.3 kids. But when you do one, the ratio of death to birth is more people die than more people are born. And so ultimately it's just on a long enough timeline, the natural result will be 0. Because after a period of time, your death rate will catch up to your infancy rate, and you're done. You're either you'll have a population that has no old people in it, and it's extremely young, and that creates a lot of issues from a culture standpoint, from an experience standpoint, from an influence standpoint, all of those things, from historical teachings to history to music, everything. And then you also get these baby booms that will cripple an economy when they get to old age, and that's what happened in Japan. Japan had a very large influx.
You got to go around, sweetie.
Ash, front door. Ethan, open the door for the dog. She wants to see you. Go get him. Slow down. Good girl. Good. Point.
Oh, she went around the other side. Hi, babe.
She don't mess around. All right. So Japan is a perfect example. Japan is going to lose like 65% of their population in the next, 10 to 15, 15 to 20 years. So Japan has a really big chance of not succeeding. And they are flirting with that under 1 category and getting to that 0.7 zero-sum game number. And that's kind of the number that is the threshold. That 0.70 is the point of no return. And when you fall under 1.3, you're essentially in a flat net loss and net gain. And everything under that starts to push you towards having more people die than are being born. And the closer you get to that 0.7, no nation in the history of the country has ever come back from a 0.7. And Japan is desperately close to that. And they're not going to get any better. Europe is having a different issue. They're not having a problem with having kids. It's just the wrong people are having kids. It's Muslims and it's immigrants. So Europe is having to switch, Richard. That's to answer your question, is that they're getting massive political pressure. Massive political pressure. And remember, these countries, when they allow these immigrants to come in, they get billions upon billions and billions and billions of dollars from these other countries to take their essentially unwanted. So those countries can somehow get the boot off of their neck of having way too many people with not enough money who desperately need food and shelter, and it destroys the infrastructure. It floods the job market. Crime goes up. So when these countries dump these immigrants all over Europe, that's what you're going to get. Rape is going to increase. Burglary is going to increase. Your culture is going to die. You're going to have press mobs. You're going to have people who push up against Parliament and the government. So they're getting massive political pressure, but they're also worried about rioting. Look what's happening in France. Look what's happening in Italy.
What's happening in Italy?
It's completely overthrow. I mean, they're going after the government. Look what happened in where was it? It wasn't Mogadishu. It was. Oh gosh. Can't remember, but they were throwing their politicians, and they were going in there, burning down the government quarters, and they were taking their secretaries and throwing them in the water. Who was that? It wasn't Pakistan. It wasn't Tibet.
It was next to Tibet, I thought.
It wasn't Mongolia.
No.
Why am I drawing a blank? I covered the whole damn thing for like 45 minutes. Find out, please. So anyway, this is what it is. It's political pressure. This is the same thing I tried to talk about last night. And what I was talking about was, you know, Canada and other countries, the reason why the government is doing what they're doing and the reason why the police are doing what they're doing is because this is all about votes. It's all about demographic. And they realize their population is completely changing. You can take a look at England right now. And if you go back 20 years, you take a look at the British rule and how many people were British and English versus now they're predicting by 2030, it's 6 out of 10 people are going to be Muslim. Your country, Nepal, thank you. Was it Nepal? Yeah, it was Nepal. So it doesn't matter. You've got some countries that are absolutely just struggling and dying. And what do you think is going to happen when China finally starts to get smart and deporting their population to the rest of the countries who are starving for people, starving to meet tax revenue, starving for jobs growth? You don't think China's going to take some of those 1.3 billion people and deport them out from underneath them and put them into other countries? China's not stupid. Why do you think they have the United States educate their people? Why do you think China is building bases and pockets all over the world of Chinese people? So this is a long game. The best thing that the United States can do for its country is have kids. It's just the truth. That's why I talked about it. Someone said we had a troll.
No, I look back through it and it's fine.
I sent Olivia Carney's latest announcement on possible role in Gaza. Pretty sad use of the few troops we have. Yeah, I'll take a look and I'll listen to it. Well, I just want to know what he said. Oh yeah, I don't know what he's.
Yeah, I didn't see anything bad, so
just delete him. Just ban him. Just ban him. Did you ban him?
No, because I didn't see anything bad, but okay.
Okay. Did you ever see over in Denmark the military was deployed over drones, unknown drones? I didn't see that, Sandy. I'm sorry. There's a lot of things I try to look at. And Canada can talk in a couple of billion. God knows we have room. Oh, can take in. Otto says he's ready to have kids. I thought you already had kids. Did you already have kids? What are you talking about? Otto, you have kids. Otto, did you get my message? I've tried to text you like 17 times. Are you just being rude to me or did you not reply? Otto. Sorry guys, I gotta take a second and talk to Otto. And Otto, you have kids.
Yeah, I thought he had.
You're crazy. I thought you had 2.
Yeah, I thought he had a little boy.
Ready to have more. 5 more. Holy crap. Otto, why aren't you answering my text? Do you not work at Comcast anymore? Sorry, folks. We got to do this. I got to get an answer to this. Dude, just call in because I got to talk to you. Oh no! Don't delete that. Otto, delete it. Oh, my enemies are going to now be your enemies. Otto, call in the show real quick. 276-200-2105. Don't be embarrassed. Just call in. I want to talk to you about something real quick. It's good. No more Comcast. Can you call in real quick? If you can't, don't sweat. I want to show you something. But I just need I literally need 2 minutes of your time. Will you write down that phone number?
I'm going to right now.
Here it is. And then delete it. Just waiting for him to call.
I'm looking for it.
If you don't feel any pressure, if you can't call, don't call. I can talk to you later now that I have your phone number, but I wanted to show you something. And it will take 2 seconds. Can you get that out of there?
I'm trying.
What is she doing to the couch? She's JD Vancing the couch. Yenny. All right. Otto, let me know if you can call in. If you can call in, I want to tell you something. And if I got to open it. Sorry. Now you can call in. Now it'll ring. Sorry. Now it'll ring. Sorry. Go ahead and try that again. I had to close it yesterday. And then Otto, go into your scroll and highlight that and delete it. Click that.
No, all I can do is ban. I don't want to.
Okay, don't ban him.
Yeah, I don't want to ban him.
All right. Otto, let me know. Call if you can. Wait, is 832?
That's still Texas.
What?
That's still Texas.
There it is. Yep, that's him. Okay, I got to call him.
You're calling the wrong number. Oh, no, you are. Okay, never mind.
Whoops. Maybe I was. Let's try that again. Come on. There it is.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging
Come
system.
on. Okay, let me try it one more time. One more time.
Your call has...
Otto, call me back. Its phone lines are open now. All right. What is she doing?
She's doing her thing where she tries to like root and make it comfy.
All right. Okay. Sorry, guys. It's been a weird night anyway, so I don't want to hear it. Let's do this. We've got my cat is freaking out because the dog is scratching her bed, and she's watching her like, what in the name of God are you doing? All right. Weird show.
You're getting a phone call.
Okay, there it is. Otto, what's up, dude?
What is going on, Matt?
What's up, my brother? What's new with you?
Doing good, man.
So, everything okay?
Yeah, everything's great. I haven't been at Comcast for almost 4 years or so.
I didn't know. I wanted to tell you something, and I texted you 2 Sundays ago, and and so all it was a picture. Can you still see the show?
Not at the moment.
Okay, so you're gonna have to rewind then.
Or you can text it to him.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna hold it up for everyone to see. I've got this black book in my hand, and it's got a black leather cover, and on the front it's in silver, and it says Matthew Spear on it. Does that book sound familiar?
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah. Well,
that was custom made, baby.
Yeah, and it's been getting some pretty good use.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I didn't touch it for 7 years or so, and about 4 weeks, 5-6 weeks ago, actually. In the last 3 years, I've been slowly embracing and getting back to the Word and not really diving headlong, but a lot of people have been influencing me on it. So Hayden, my daughter, went through a little breakup, and she was feeling really bad. And then she went through some tough times when she was between 10 and 13 and just got really depressed and stuff. And I didn't want that to start happening again. So when she broke up with her boyfriend, I said, hey, you're 15 years old now. And I have no idea why I asked, dude. I just said, do you want to go to church? And she spins around and goes, yes. And we've all been going now for the last 6 weeks. And I take this Bible in with me, and I think about you, and I wanted to tell you, thank you so much for praying for me as many times as you did. I know what that means now. I know how important it is, and I just want to tell you I love you, and I appreciate you, and this means the world to me. And I didn't thank you enough when I got it because I didn't understand its meaning, and now I do. Thank you.
Man, that's awesome. And you know that when we prayed together, when you allowed me to pray for you at that time, I remember I felt like God, like the Holy Spirit, completely fell on us, and I remember the almost like a when you hear God's voice, right?
Mm-hmm.
And He was telling me, if Matt's gonna be used in a big way, and the way you presented, the way you would go up on stage and you were fearless in front of people, it was really awesome because I got visions of you preaching the word. And I don't know if I didn't have the courage to share it with you at the time. But I know God's going to use you in big ways, and your family is going to be saved by His grace. I really believe that, and I really felt it years ago.
I can't.
It was years ago.
I can't thank you enough. I know who I was at Comcast. I know who I was at Apple. It's not the same person I am. I'm not proud of who I was at those times, and I could have been better. And I chose to go down a path that wasn't conducive to what my soul should represent, and I'm aware of it. So a lot of it's just been a journey of getting better and getting back to that. So that person that I know who I should be. So I really appreciate you saying that. I actually have a meeting with my pastor this weekend, and we're trying to do just that, which is how can I help the church and, get the word out more. And then Charlie's assassination absolutely motivated me to recommit to it. So we definitely feel his presence, and we're trying to all embrace it more. But the kids are enthusiastically getting involved. Olivia, which is great. I mean, she's right here; she can answer for herself. But I mean, it's been really nice, especially us coming together as a family. Liv, did you want to chime in on it?
Yeah, Hayden's already downloaded a whole Christian playlist.
Yeah. She's really into it too.
Yes. Otto, you need to go back and delete your number off the string. You don't want crazy people to get your phone number. We got it, but you need to go delete it.
I get tons of calls anyways. I'm an insurer, so I ended up opening up an insurance company with a couple of guys.
So. Oh, that's great,
cool.
Dude. But
yeah.
Otto, I love you, but you need to delete that phone number. You don't understand.
Okay.
I get death threats that are very serious. Like
really? Wow.
Yeah. There's many people who want to do harm onto me. So yeah, you need to delete that. Just go back in and scroll up and then highlight it and just hit delete. That's all you got to do. We got it, and I'll call you and chat with you, and I can't wait to have a longer conversation. But I just wanted to tell you, man, I really appreciate you. Tell Sh00ter if you talk to her, I love her, and anyone else that you still talk to.
I will, Matt.
All right, buddy.
Thank you for the call.
God bless.
Love you, man.
Love you too,
Adam.
buddy.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Such a good dude, a person who does not need to be loyal to me, a person who does not need to be a friend to me, because I didn't treat him the way he deserved to be treated, but such a good human being and so kind. And yeah, I don't deserve his friendship. So now I got to figure out a way to get it back. Yeah, well, not get it back. I haven't lost it, but I've got to earn it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, God, good to hear from him. Thanks, Josh. Appreciate you, buddy. Josh, you're a huge part of it, dude. I mean, Otto put me on that path, but you, for the last 5 years, you've challenged me spiritually, along with a lot of other people. But Josh, you have always been adamant on that. And you are a massive reason why I got onto that path. And through this show, you are the first reason I got on that path. And then the support of other people. So I'm excited about it. It's good stuff. All right. Yeah, Otto's a good dude. Hillary Clinton, Liv, has decided to come out and
of the closet?
No, and say a few things. No, Huma Aberdeen is not ready for that. Okay. By the way, folks, if we have not had a chance, I really don't want to creep through donations tonight. If there's a way, it really slows down the show. So we're already, at 8:13 tonight. And we're hoping we can get here. Remember, we try to help people out on the show, and we decided to do that this week. So we're hoping that we could, instead of just taking the show for fundraising for another person, we decided just to take care of it. We would love to kind of get through this and hit this and move on. Here's Hillary Clinton. She had some comments to say, essentially, that we need to stop demonizing each other. And then she goes ahead and starts demonizing MAGA and Republicans. It's typical Hillary Rodham Clinton.
She got some work done.
She's a horrible human being. There's no work for that soul. That soul is gone. Here it is.
That raises a larger question. I mean, we have, and I include myself, we have got to stop demonizing each other.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, I think most of that right now in our country's history is coming, from the right, coming from people who want to dominate. They want their point of view. Writing out slavery from history, that doesn't make it go away. We have got to stop with the finger pointing and the scapegoating. We can have legitimate disagreements, right? I mean, how do you provide quality, affordable health care to everybody? Let's figure that out. How do you deal with what's going to be job loss from AI? Let's get working on that. That's what we should be doing, but we should do it in the truth-based reality
right.
that we have to live in. You know, facts and evidence have to matter again. And then we can start having good debates. You know, when I was in the Senate for...
Okay.
How do we make it look like Epstein killed himself? It's a good conversation to have to.
You got to speak up a little bit. You're too soft on your power moves. That's a power move. You got to punch that one through there. Here's my problem with Hillary Clinton is we're not trying to make slavery go away. We're literally trying to focus on the good things about this country so people stop loathing it. If all you talk about is the drudge and the dreary, that's all they're going to focus on. If you're going to be swirling around in this empathetic ooze, where will your morality come from? Where will your convictions come from? Where will your passions be defined? It's going to be from this rotten cesspool that they say America is. America has done some horrible, horrible things. But that hasn't been the vision of our country. The vision of our country is truly wrapped around Christianity and God. That is where our morality comes from. So to sit here and say that the United States has done bad things, therefore it no longer represents the good, that is a complete lie. It's a fallacy. It's like when people try to go ahead and tell you what the United States flag means. They say, oh, it's based in slavery. It's based in racism. It's based in imperialism and genocide. No, that's not what the flag means. That's your interpretation of what meaning you've applied to it, as most leftists do, which is change the meanings of words so they can cover what they're trying to do. Like gender affirming care, which chop off children's genitalia, because that's what it is. Reproductive health care, which is vacuuming a fetus out of a womb and ripping it out and killing it. That is what it is. DEI, which essentially is racism and subjugating an entire minority class against another majority class. That's what it is. So toxic masculinity, it's sexism. So all of these things that she says we're trying to replace, no, we're not. But can we talk about the Union? Can we talk about what Abraham Lincoln did, even though it may not be an altruistic endeavor that he took place? But we did happen to go ahead and be the second country in the world to abolish slavery. That is an amazing accomplishment. It should be something that we talk about. We should talk about how the Democrats are the ones that had slaves. We should talk about that they imposed Jim Crow laws, that they had the Underground Railroads, had warrants and bounties on all of those people's heads to kill anyone who was smuggling slaves, that they actually paid Confederate soldiers to kill Black Buffalo soldiers or the Fighting 56. And we should talk about that. We should talk about Frederick Douglass. We should talk about the 3/5 compromise and what it really meant, not what it was designed to do, to count black people as 3/5 of a person, because that's not what it was designed to do. It wasn't trying to subjugate black people into obscurity. It was literally to hold the Union together, to hold these states into one conjoined nation. And you had the separatist movement from the South and the North in open conflict with each other. And releasing 4 million slaves that were controlled for their vote, that was controlled by the South, would be devastating for representation in Congress and would ultimately destroy the Union. You would have had the separatists leave, or they would simply take it over by representation, by sheer numbers. The 3/5 compromise was a way around that. Was it ethical? Was it moral? No, most things aren't, especially of that magnitude, but they were necessary. That's the way it is. Can you imagine right now if England had to go ahead and do the same thing and count Muslims, immigrants, as 3/5 of a vote? Would it be a good thing? Yeah. Would it cause some hell? Sure. But it would save their country, because they're now going to lose it. And their parliament is going to be run by 60% Muslims. And then you will have a major superpower run by Muslims.
With a nuke.
With nukes. And a large military. And a big old navy.
Uh-oh.
Spaghetti-o.
That's World War III.
So maybe Hillary Clinton can just shut up. And she has had some work done. or she drank more blood of children. By the way, Antifa, that isn't real, Liv. There's no such thing as Antifa. Did you know that?
Yeah, I've heard it's fairy tale.
Yeah, because they don't have an organized headquarters. So there's no such thing as the Bloods and the Crips and the Mafia. Mm-hmm. All fake too. Ku Klux Klan, not real. Yeah, Black Panthers, they're all a figment of your imagination. So essentially what we could do is create a crime syndicate, Liv, and just not have a corporate headquarters.
And we're good.
And we're free.
That's
FBI
awesome.
comes in, we're like, boo-boo, no, boo, you can't see me. Can't hide behind the couch with our feet sticking out. Be like, I'm invisible. RICO statute? Nope. Can't touch me. Nope. I don't have a corporate headquarters. This is the idiotic left and what they're saying. Here is non-Antifa, just people who are trying to go against fascism. Here it is.
Wouldn't fucking be here with your fucking iPhone.
Ugh. God.
Put her shirt on.
She's built
Kiddo.
like a thumb. God, these people.
What are they trying to accomplish here?
They're trying to overtake a ICE facility in Oregon, and they're not being stopped. And they are continued to be encouraged by the leadership there because, once again, they care about votes. This is all I've told you since the dawn of this show. Money, power, votes. Everything comes back to those three things when it comes to politicians in Washington. It's what they do. They are domestic terrorists, and if they're domestic terrorists, then arrest them.
Yep.
This isn't speech. This is a federal building. You're on federal property. You have no business to be there. Trespass them or arrest them. Well, why do you allow them to stay there? I mean, when are we going to stop this shit? Either we need to increase the judicial penalty against these people, because we don't have a statute against domestic terrorism. Do you know that?
What do you mean we don't have a statute?
Okay, so if you cross the street, not in a crosswalk, what happens?
It's considered jaywalking.
You get a ticket, right?
Yeah.
Is it a misdemeanor?
I don't know. It's just like a fine or something.
It's a ticketable offense. It's like having it under, a small joint or something.
It's like getting pulled over or something like that?
Yeah, you can be ticketed for it. It's a citationable offense. That's really all it comes down to.
Got it.
Now, if you neglect to pay it, you're going to get a bench warrant, and it can turn into a misdemeanor and even a felony, depending upon the severity of the citation and violation or how many occurrences happen. But let's just assume that you cross the street, you can get a ticket, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there's a law for that.
Yeah.
All right, can you go punch our neighbor in the face?
No.
Well, you can.
Well, I can, but
you're
going to
get assault and battery. You'd probably get charged with a felony, aggravated assault, something to that effect. So there's a law. But if you decide to go ahead and Molotov cocktail a state building, sure, you can get hit for arson and vandalism and destruction of public property, but there is no domestic terrorist statute. You can't be hit. Now, federally, if you do it, you can. That's a completely different thing. But state building or a police officer's headquarters,
Isn't ICE a federal thing, though? So hitting an ICE detention center, that's a federal thing.
Right, and that's why those kids in Georgia, the 30-some-odd that stormed that area, which didn't exist because Antifa doesn't exist because they don't have a corporate headquarters. That wasn't Antifa who did that. They were all arrested and charged. So they're in a world of hurt. But there is no domestic terrorist statute on the books from a state or federal level, because even if you claim that somebody's a domestic terrorist in the United States, there really is nothing other than nuance. It just allows you to go ahead and activate your 3-letter agencies and create task force to focus on this problem. It doesn't allow you to do like some broad sweeping collection of all these people and arrest them, black bag them, and put them in Guantanamo Bay. You can't do that. It's not like global terrorism or national terrorists who come over here. It's a completely different situation. So there's no domestic terrorist statute. Now, it is a slippery slope. Because once you go ahead and say, well, you're a terrorist, well, you can suspend habeas corpus on some of these people. We've done that when it comes to interrogations or punishments or deportations or trades or whatever else. We don't give these people trials. We send them to Guantanamo Bay and we lock them up. The moment you say domestic terrorist and we label all these people, well, what's stopping the Democrats from coming and do the same thing like they did to us as parents who were concerned about the educational system, right? When they called us domestic terrorists because we were challenging the type of books they were putting in our schools. You remember this?
Yeah.
So they were calling us domestic terrorists, but they didn't actually classify us as domestic terrorists. And classifying Antifa as a domestic terrorist group does absolutely nothing except what I said, which is expand their ability. Can you stop flashing that big one up there? Because every time I do, I get my hopes up. Can you like just move it into a folder?
Yes,
I can't see that anymore. It's driving me crazy. I mean, we're sitting at $45 and it's like every time I see it, my heart goes, oh, we hit goal, and then you kill me. Sorry. So my point is we need a statute. We need a law. We have to go ahead and create something, not a domestic terrorist moniker that we stick on people and say, okay, now you're a terrorist, which is just, it's a colorful moniker. Is you need to have laws of if you do A, B, C, D, or F, you are under a domestic terrorist statute penalized for that. Isaac Castillo, $20. Please do good with these funds. Faith in you guys. We do everything we do goes to the show, goes to our family, or goes to other families who watch the show, or donated to other places. So 10% of our proceeds go to Travis Manion Foundation. We've just got done with a pretty good fundraiser for Charlie Kirk's foundation and TPUSA. We've helped out quite a few people on the show this month, and the rest goes to our bills and keeping the show on and paying for the lights and paying for the streaming and the content that we provide. Yeah, so we'll do good with it. We always do. So that's all. It's something that needs to take place, and it needs to take place now and not later, because as you saw today, there was another shooting by a person who was shooting at ICE officials in a van and wound up hitting 3 migrants. 2 of them died, or excuse me, one died, and then the ass bag shot himself, and 2 others were injured. He didn't hit any ICE agents.
Kind of backfired on himself, huh?
It's just ridiculous. So you've got to make it. Well, understand, labeling something domestic terrorist and having statutes that are specifically designed from a federal level. You see, if somebody does something as a state crime and goes and throws a Molotov cocktail into a police station, that's a state level crime. It's not federal. So they would have to attack a federal building in order for it to be a federal crime. You need to federalize that, and you need to put it under federal statutes. That if you attack a form of government, whether it's federal or state level, it is domestic terrorism, and it could be empowered from the federal government. That's what needs to happen, and the states need to get behind this, but they won't. California won't do it. New York won't do it. Oregon won't do it. Washington won't do it, because a large portion of their constituency believes in this type of thing. They consider this to be peaceful protesting. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Jamie says, Domestic Terrorism Prevention Act of 2022, the law expanded federal efforts to monitor, analyze, and prosecute domestic terrorism, including white supremacists. Right. But that does nothing. That's not a statute. It's exactly what I just said. It expands the ability for the 3-letter agencies to create task force and increase investigations. And it skirts a lot of the things that they need and require to achieve and receive in order to go ahead and do their investigatory duties. And that doesn't make a penalty for someone who Molotov cocktails a police department or decides to go ahead and storm into a legislative body and interrupt their when they're in session. Thomas Austin donated $21.10. Thank you, Thomas. Thanks for getting us a little bit closer. Sandra Edwards, Ku Klux Klan activate. I can go back. I know all these premises. There isn't. That's not a domestic terrorist statute. Let's go and look at it. So this is where we can throw out all these.
Otto, thank you so much, sir. Appreciate it.
Otto, thanks, buddy. Appreciate you, pal. Here, listen to this. 1871, the Ku Klux Klan Act. The original Klan, founded in 1865, spread across the South using terror. In response, Congress passed a series of laws known as the Enforcement Act from 1771. Famous was the KKK Act of 1871, signed by Ulysses S. Grant. I don't know why I looked this up. It basically made it a federal crime to deprive someone of their civil rights, allowed the president to use federal troops to suppress Klan violence, and gave the federal government power to suspend habeas corpus in areas where the Klan was active. Great.
Just take out Klan and put in Antifa.
That's right. So that's not what we're talking about here. So you have a piece of legislation that focuses on federal law. I'm talking about state law. I'm talking about going into Oregon and the federal government seizing these people based upon their actions on non-federal buildings. State and local police department. These Antifa people aren't Molotov cocktail in federal buildings anymore. They learned from the George Floyd and BLM riots. But they are attacking police officers. They're attacking police stations. They're attacking and harassing legislators. They're doing intimidation tactics against people on the street. So you need to expand and create statutes at the state level that give federal authority for people to come in and take care of these people and arrest these people. Aren't these people violating their constitutional rights to do their jobs? But they're not the Klan. The KKK Act was very specific about the Klan back in 1871, and you can use it as precedent, but you can't use that as a carte blanche, capture them all type dragnet. Like, okay, so imagine the Patriot Act. Well, we had the Patriot Act, which allows us to spy on people without warrants and listen to their conversations and everything else. Well, now we have a people who are duplicating software from Apple and jailbreaking their phones. So now, because we did this in the Patriot Act, we're going to go ahead and do it because people are doing that with their phones. Do you see? You can't do that. You actually need pro forma to create another piece of legislation and pass it that can be used as precedent, and to justify it and say, I consider Antifa to be very much like the Klan, and based on 1871 with this precedent, we did the same thing, and move that legislation forward. But without passing legislation at the state level, you can't do the things you want to do, because these states are not, they're not going to do anything. These states can charge them for vandalism and charge them for arson, but the states can't charge them for terrorism. Do you understand what I'm saying? I read 32 states having varying laws against domestic terrorism, including Oregon. Yeah, and tell me what they are. Read what they are. Here, we'll do it together. Still doesn't answer the question. Here they are. God, it's hot in here today. Oregon passed HB 272 in 2023, adding new domestic terrorist provisions. Hold on, let me expand this. Can you check the AC bid and make sure it's turned down? All right. Okay. Oregon created 2 crime domestic terrorism in the first degree using weapons of mass destruction, toxins, or destroying critical infrastructure, and second degree intentional destruction, use of dangerous substance, and coordinated attacks. Punishable as a series of felonies, Class A and Class B. Those laws are already in place. You're just slapping a moniker on it. That's what I tried to tell you guys. These should be enhancements. Destruction of public property, whether you use a bulldozer or use a Molotov cocktail, that doesn't matter. It's still destruction of property. It's a Class A and Class B misdemeanor or felony. So you need to have that as an enhancement. Do you understand? So you will be charged for a Class A, Class B felony. And on top of that, here are the additional statutes that would impose a penalty on you if you're found guilty of doing these things. That's what I'm talking about. New York defines terrorism as any offense intended to intimidate a civilian population, influence policy through intimidation, or affect the government. Creates crime of terrorism enhancements. There you go. If you commit murder, arson, kidnapping, or assault with the intent of terrorism, penalties increase sharply, including life sentences. It was used to prosecute the 2009 Bronx bomb plot, but that was federal. It's a penal law. So that's New York State through the federal government applying that law. Georgia, OCGA, revised, redefined domestic terrorism more broadly after the Charleston church shooting, covers acts intended to harm 10 or more individuals or critical infrastructure. Critics said it could only apply to protest activity if prosecutors stretched the definition. There's no enhancement there. Whether you shoot one person or 10 people, the punishments are going to be the same based upon the felony. Committing murder. If you apply a domestic terrorist, shouldn't that have, for every murder you do, it's an additional 50 years in prison? That's an enhancement. Michigan defines domestic terrorism as a felony intended or intimidate or coerce a civilian population or influence government. Broad application includes threats, attempts, conspiracies, or just complicit acts. Maximum penalty for all of these felonies anyway, can be life in prison. You want to know how many times Michigan's done it? 0. Texas defines domestic terrorism as acts that violate or dangerous to human life intended for intimidating civilians or influence government. Also allows asset forfeiture if property is used in committing domestic terrorism. We can go on and on. South Carolina, Idaho, they're all here. My point is that these states aren't using these codes and they're not actually implementing them. Got that one?
Karen, Kelly Rourke, thank you all for an incredible show. I'm a newbie, been following you all for quite some time, but haven't been on very often. I appreciate you all. God bless. Thank you very much, Karen. We really appreciate it.
So AI overview. Oregon enacted House Bill 272. Right, there you go. Yep. But see, once again, all you're doing is defining it. It's like saying all acts of inappropriate relationships with a minor under 16. Oh, any photographs distributed and disseminated amongst other people of a minor under 16 years of age will then be considered a statute, or will then be classified as pedophilia. Where right now it's sexual exploitation of a minor. You following me? Mm-hmm. Okay. So, okay, great. So we get to reclassify it as pedophile. What's the point? All you did was alter the moniker. You need an enhancement on that. So what we could say is taking photographs of a minor under the age of 16 years old and distributing it for each image would be an additional 5 years in prison. Just like when you're a drug dealer and you have a gun, each bullet represents a certain amount of years, because if you have intent to distribute, you also have the gun that would be used in a crime of distributing narcotics and obviously used for nefarious means, that each bullet will have an additional penalty to it. It's an enhancement. So hate crime has those enhancements. We need to have the same for domestic terrorism, where if you commit a domestic terrorist act against the United States, and it's classified as such, that needs to be enhanced with an additional penalty. Now, New York is the one that did it, but that was federal. You also have Michigan, which says an enhancement of a life sentence, but what that doesn't do is it hasn't been practically applied. So you have no precedent on that. So when a country basically says, I got a big stick and I'm going to hit you with it if you do this, that's different than saying, I have a big stick and I'm allowed to hit you with this. Do you understand? There's a very big difference between the two. The wording is absolutely important.
Is this comparable to Timothy McVeigh, or is it viewed as a category for prosecution?
I don't understand what that means.
I don't know. It was just a question on Rumble.
Read it again.
Is this comparable to Timothy McVeigh, or is it viewed as a category for prosecution?
Viewed as a category for prosecution, the ones that I just read. That makes sense. Timothy McVeigh was federal. And federal classified that. Oh, I got to answer Mel. If we go ahead real quick and look up Timothy McVeigh's federal statutes.
He was already executed, right?
Yeah. So if we let's go down his crimes that he was charged with. Use of a weapon of mass destruction, which is 232A. Destruction of explosive or federal property. 8 counts of first-degree murder. The term was widely applied to him, but his actual trial followed existing federal murder and explosives statutes, not domestic terrorist law. It wasn't codified in the same way as it is today. Do you understand? So what
when was that? I don't even remember.
2022.
No, when did he do the Oklahoma City bombing?
Ooh, hold on.
90 something? I thought I was in high school.
It could have been 90. Early 90s.
95. Yep,
I knew I was in the military when it happened.
15. Yep.
I don't know why I said 80. But the point is right there that it shows you that even federally, these statutes have changed since 9/11, and also with the growing concerns of domestic terrorism. Now there are specific statutes that the federal government can charge and enhance the crimes of domestic terrorism. Now, remember, they tried to do this with Luigi Mangione, and they were dropped. They removed them because there wasn't enough proof. The burden, and that's in New York. Remember, we just talked about that. The state of New York has the ability to apply additional enhancements, but they don't do it because the burden of proof is too large. But they would use a federal statute to do that, which they're willing to do. The states do not have that same level of authority, and they need to have it because this is happening on the state level, and a lot of these things are not federal crimes, and the federal government doesn't get involved. Go ahead, Mel. How are you, by the way?
I'm good. So will Mr. Rand Paul walk back his dissension of the Patriot Act and push it forward to revise it and make it more substantial instead of saying we shouldn't be spying on our own citizens when that's exactly why it was done, not out of spite or whatever. It was to keep the country safe. So he was, and I've said that right from the beginning when he started his rant going, you can't spy on our own citizens. I said, oh, yeah, you can, because guess what? It's coming from within. So to me, he should walk it back and say, okay, fine, I was inherently wrong, and he was, and he still is. And they should start codifying this shit and putting it down line by line by line by line and make it federal law.
Right.
And that's where it has to go.
Yeah. And not just federal. Not just federal.
Oh, no.
But state.
No. State. Yeah, it goes right across the board. Like,
well, the reason, I don't think we need to expand the Patriot Act. The Patriot Act already gives them precedent and gives them approval to do those things for domestic.
Exactly.
But the state, if it enhances its charges and has the ability to go after these groups, it creates a larger dragnet for the federal government to get involved and identify these people before things happen. We're a reactionary force, folks. We need to go on the offensive. I don't think you need to expand the spying on Americans. You need to expand the authority of the states to go after these independent groups with federal government support, as we've written out in 2022 and 2024 with the mandates that Donald Trump has pushed forward around domestic terrorism and cooperation between state and federal forces. That's what you do. You enhance the penalty at the state level to dissuade the crime, and then expand the authority of the states to go after these groups with federal assistance and start nailing these groups. And that's from the Crips to the Bloods to the Mafia to the guy that duplicates credit cards. Everybody who is in a crime syndicate needs to be flushed out and charged with enhanced criminal codes to dissuade this type of action. The reason why the 3 strikes policy was horrible and overpopulated prisons and found to be unfair, but something like enhancement on carrying firearms and rounds of the semi-automatic nature with drugs dissuaded drug dealers from carrying weapons. And then what they would do is they would carry a weapon, but they would have a mule run the drugs and not have the drugs on them, so they couldn't be charged and still have a weapon. It changed the criminal aspect. It created more opportunity to catch them by creating 4 or 5 man squads to run what usually would just take a handshake and slip in somebody some money and you get yourself a dime bag. Now you have to have a spotter. You have to have a mule. You have to have a money man. You have to have the drug man. And then you got to have the enforcer. So now you've got 5 people who have a chance to get arrested and slip up and screw up. And it helped our local city and state and police be more effective at cracking down on these neighborhoods. That's the same thing you need to do with domestic terrorism and everything else. Mel, wrap us up with a great bit of knowledge that we're missing.
Well, no, you actually and said everything that I had written down on my piece of paper. But they have to codify what Trump did on his executive order with the Antifa, whatever, and take that and run with it and make it go to the balls to the wall with that. Because Antifa is only a small cog in, well, not so much. I'm not saying it's small, but
it's tiny.
I'm saying it's small
tiny.
cog in the wheel.
It's tiny.
It's tiny, but it is that instead, like whatever, what he did on that executive order, take that, run with it, and expand on it, and make it something that you're going to pay. And
you want to know what I would do, Mel?
Your stuff is going to be.
Go ahead.
Well, and let everybody know that your social media, whether you're on Discord, Snapchat, like all these platforms, and whatever they invent next, like just say, and whatever's coming down the pipe, because they're inventing new apps to get around the ones that are now being monitored now. It encompasses it all. Like just
you're right. This piecemeal thing that's what I talked about working. Stop the defense, get on offense, and stop reacting to crime and start being proactive with crime. I wanted to Nancy Findish. That is a name we have not heard before.
She has donated before.
Never mind. Nancy Findish. I guess we have. Thank you for all the great recent coverage. Yeah, we're going to keep continuing. Hey, the last thing I would say is you had said something I really wanted to hit on because it was really good what you said.
Criminals are smart. They will adapt and overcome. So you have to be proactive, not reactive.
Exactly. All right. Love you, kid. Thanks for calling. We miss you. We love you. Thanks, buddy. Jamie, yes, see ya. Jamie Zippel says, okay, so with this laid out, how do you get 50 states to fall in line and pass that kind of legislation? Well, you don't need 50 states. You need 2/3. So it would require an amendment to be codified, which would create 2/3 of the legislation. Now, the good news is there are 2/3 of the states right now that are red that could be able to push this forward. The question is could we get the mandate of the filibuster, which would require 60 votes because it would be a constitutional amendment. You would need 2/3 majority of the House, and then you would need 2/3 majority of the Senate. And then you may have to codify a few other amendments because it would impact Fourth and Fifth Amendment with search and seizure would need to be modified. And to ratify the Constitution and an amendment, you would need a 3/4 majority, which is 75%, which you're not going to get. So we would have to make this independent and ensure that it did not traipse over the Constitution of the United States, and that these enhancements are handled at the state level with federal empowerment. It's very, very critical for what I'm saying. You use the federal government to support the state's law, and having a state statute or to amend the state's constitution or its laws wouldn't be necessary. You can put statutes in place. You can put enhancement in place without altering the Constitution, but it is a law that needs to be voted on. It is a law that needs to be voted on. And you're going to have a hard time in these blue cities where these legislators don't want that. They don't want these neighborhoods cleaned up. If the Democrats lose another voting demographic, do you understand what happens to the Democratic Party? They're done forever. If Republicans start cleaning up the inner city, they clean up Chicago, they clean up Baltimore, Detroit, Watts, wherever, and they start fixing these inner cities, do you know what the black population is going to do? They're going to vote for Donald Trump, and the Democrats will never win another election ever again. 75 years they've been doing it. This is why they are adamant to not let Trump in. I would send the National Guard into Chicago, and I would go to war with these gangs. Clean it up, bring out the paddy wagons, and arrest these people and start cleaning it up. And yes, people are going to die. And some of our soldiers are going to die. There's no doubt about it. But this is a war. And we have to clean up these inner cities. Just to get Democrats out of power would be worth it. They're not going to change anything. They don't want that. But if they lose the minority, if they lose the inner city demographic, they don't win nothing ever again. Look at the voting map. Look at the Electoral College. Look at how they win California. They own 3 major parts of it. The rest is red. Look at Texas. Look at every single state. It's got massive blue. All they have is the inner cities. That's all they got. They cannot compete with the rural and the suburbs. They vote conservative. I'm telling you right now, you have to go into Chicago. You got to bite the bullet. Obama promised to do it. Biden promised to do it. Bush promised to do it. Clinton promised to do it. Bush 1 promised to do it. The only president that didn't promise to do it was Reagan. Reagan promised to go ahead and whack the Ruskies and make criminal law important to him. But this has been an issue for 75 years. You got to fix it. It's the only way to fix it. But you don't need to change the Constitution. You don't need to do a federal statute. You don't need to do a federal alteration of the Constitution of the United States. You don't need to have a convention of states. You do this at the state level. And it takes legislators to go into these neighborhoods and say, listen, we are going to increase A, B, C, and D so we can free Oregon from this oppression. The problem is that the constituents, they're sick of it too, but the politicians don't want to do it because their college campuses and their teachers and their high schools and their unions and the Planned Parenthood and all the other liberal bullshit, liberal arts majors are the ones who have the major voting block in that area. And the big donors are all in support of this. You got to clean up the cities. Clean up the cities and the rest will fall. Sanders says, so I guess it's time to contact our reps. Yeah. Yeah, Andy knows Antifa really well. But it's always nice when people say, hey, man, it's so easy. I try to talk to these people. They don't call me back. All right. Liv, this is our possible new governor.
Okay.
Spanberger. Ugh. Now, I don't think that Spanberger is going to win. I can't say that yet.
I said I hope not.
I haven't really dived into the numbers yet, sweetie. But I will tell you, the early vote count makes me optimistic that this is very reminiscent of 2024, and I think the Charlie Kirk effect is going to be in full effect. But I want you to listen to her. She is now calling. Well, you tell me what you think she's saying. Here it is. We'll take a break after this.
Joining us now from House Oversight, Congressman Pat Fallon. What's your reaction? It's good to see you again, sir. What's your reaction when you heard this? So this fake news website is called the Commonwealth Courier. It tries to go viral with positive news about Spanberger on social media. Mm-hmm. We reached out to our team for comment, did not get a response. Inside the website, it says this is, the campaign for Spanberger, but it looks pretty misleading.
Well, Liz, they were trying to dupe the Virginia voters, and
so Spanberger created a group and pretended that it was news, and they were putting out fake news stories to increase Spanberger's popularity that weren't real.
Well, that should tell you right there, you don't want her as our governor.
Well, right.
It's really a shame, and they certainly they did barely follow the letter of the law and of the rules, but they certainly shattered the spirit of it. If you're so confident in your ideas and your campaign, why drop over $100,000 to try to fool the very people that you want to have their trust? So I think she already violated. She hasn't held office. Incidentally, Liz, she's up in the latest poll by 9%, which is only a few percentage points off the margin of error. So I would encourage all independents in Virginia and Republicans to get out and vote and make a difference and maybe shock the world.
I mean, we checked, and there's a real messenger delivery service called the Commonwealth Courier. But, this fake news site is pushing her positions on things like housing and energy. Why can't they just go with their own policy and messaging? Why do they need to, tout a fake news website?
Well, Liz, I might be dating myself here, but that's the $64,000 question. Why would you do that? Why don't you just be straight up and honest? Why don't you have your campaign rhetoric match your actions? Why is it always that these hard lefties try to pretend they're moderates, and then when they get into office, they don't follow moderate policies, they follow hard left policies? And that's why I hope the Lieutenant Governor of Virginia becomes the next governor of Virginia.
It just feels like a really weird thing. I mean, remember Kamala Harris was caught doing something similar in her campaign last year? They got caught
So, Liv, who does this sound like? Because we followed the Ruth Beth Marks, whatever her name was. Remember the city council and the school board lady who covered up the transgender and she was fired.
Yeah.
And don't you remember she created a Facebook group that was supposed to be inclusive, but they invited all the Democrat parents of these schools and then doxed the Republican parents.
Yep.
You remember this?
Mm-hmm.
This is very similar to this is what happens in Virginia is that you have these groups, these communities that are on Facebook and whatever. I don't even know what they are. You guys know all these chat apps. They have one that you can repair. They have a neighborhood one where everyone gets together and rates businesses. And so there's hundreds of these things. And these politicians are infiltrating these groups and posing as something they're not. And they're running basically bot farms and bot articles that are generated to, I mean, isn't this what Russian collusion was supposed to all be about? And the Russian interference in our election was putting out fake stories, yet the Democrats do it. We got to get Sears on here. We have I need to find her campaign headquarters and just go down there because I'm done with this shit. She needs to get on the show. We can't let this woman lose. I mean, we've got too many people in Virginia who know who we are.
Yes.
All right, folks, we got to take a quick break. We are almost halfway to goal. We're in the final 30 minutes here when we get back from commercial, and then we're going to put up the clock. We are going to be done at 9:30 tonight. We have to. It's been a few very long month. But we're going to do a quick video, and we'll be right back. Don't leave us. Stay with us. We've got a whole bunch of people on, and we've got more to talk about here in just a few minutes. Be right back.
Hi, I'm Olivia Spear, host of The Dumb Show. For 3.5 years, we never asked for donations. But after Facebook demonetized us for speaking the truth, we've had to turn to the one thing big tech can't cancel: you.
I'm Hayden, Matt and Olivia's daughter. This show's never chased sponsors or sold out. We've built something honest, and it's thanks to you.
I'm Ethan, their son. Every share, every dollar, every message, you're the reason we can keep calling out the BS and bringing color back to the world going gray.
If you want to help, we take PayPal, Venmo, or snail mail. You can send it to P.O. Box 2, Round Hill, Virginia 20142.
Can't donate? No problem. Just share the show with someone who needs to hear it.
Thanks for helping us stay loud, proud, and completely uncensored. You can donate at thedumbshow.com/donate.
You know what happens when you turn the dial harder? You can make a harder grimace. The harder you grimace, the more effective it is.
You tighten it so freaking I can't do it. I can't untighten
That's what she said.
That's what she's... Oof. Oof. Coming in with it. Pound it. Pound it. Pound.
Child got 15.
Ethan, you look like a hippie.
Totally tubular.
You know this is recording, right?
Okay, let's go. Smile. Donate. Don't start with me. Donations. Every time you don't smile, I'm going to punch you in the ribs. Donations. Take one. Scene one. Ready. Set. Ethan.
Break.
Ready. Don't screw it up.
Okay.
Ethan, don't mess this up. Ready. Set. Action. No. Whoa. Director calls action, not some stupid toddler.
But we've built something
There's no but there. Why do you've been doing this since you were 2 years old. Try it again.
Just share the show with someone who needs to hear it.
He's so much better than you at everything.
He's better at
Hayden, he's just like, even, it's just, go ahead, Hayden.
Thanks for helping us stay loud, proud, and completely uncensored.
That's a wrap. Well done, Spear family. I bet we make no money.
But we're going to owe them money without.
Hayden, do your thing again.
Oh, yeah, cut it.
Baby shark, doo 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 doo.
Yes, thank you for your support. We appreciate it. Every dollar goes to the show, and your help is greatly appreciated. We are funded directly by you. Facebook kind of demonetized us in a very bad way a couple years ago, and we were 100% subscribed. Melissa Robertson subscribed. Thank you. We love that YouTube is growing, and it's amazing. But yeah, we were.
My baby's growing.
Yeah, it is. Olivia got that to happen. They canceled us once, but we were at 10,000 to 15,000 a month. I mean, we were ready to expand, ready to grow, bring on more hosts, and pay Leroy and Amy, and they canceled us. So the dummies came in, and we've been doing donations now for almost 24 months. About that, Jennifer McCarver donated $30. Thank you so much. Sent with love. Happy Hump Day. We've been doing it for what? 2 months now, or 2 years almost. Liv.
Sorry.
How long have you been doing donations? 16 months?
Yeah, no.
It was not like 14, 15 months. Okay, it doesn't matter. Just it doesn't matter. A year and a few months.
Yeah.
And I think we've missed goal 3 times in that time. Everyone, we always hit it, and we appreciate you and your help. Some nights we crush it and just destroy it, and other nights it's just we scratch by. But we appreciate your help, and it does help the show. Every dollar helps, And you don't have to do it every night. You don't have to do it every week. It's just find how it feels good for you and then do it if you want to. Don't. It's free as well. Jimmy Kimmel came on last night. We didn't get to see it because he's banned in our area. But
we did. We tried to see it, and our local ABC affiliate is Washington, D.C., which
yep. So
they didn't air it.
I have it for you right here. And here you get to hear the non-apology where he did not say he was. Is YouTube demonetized so we can subscribe to? No, YouTube is no longer demonetized. They are actually taking care of us now, and they're allowing us to grow. But the reason why is they just got their dick knocked in the dirt. They're saying that they're going to reinstate our old account. And we're here. Yeah. So what they would do is they would take those users and migrate them into our new channel. So that would gain, 4,000 people. And that would be really cool. Because they've admitted that they were censoring people based upon their political beliefs, and they were deleting accounts
based on that
for no reason. And we did nothing wrong. Nothing. It was 2 Donald Trump rallies, and they banned us, and which is the most ridiculous thing. YouTube's good, and Facebook has now monetized. We've had our biggest month in Facebook in 2 years, and that's starting to grow again, and we're hoping that we can continue that. We lost one of our vendors because they're struggling right now. They're having some hard times with their company. By the way, go to wimkin.com. 9 million users, free speech internet, where you can actually go. It's like Facebook and X and YouTube and everything else. It's all in one area, and there are a ton of patriots in there. So if you haven't been to wimkin.com, go sign up. But they had to lower our monthly money that they give us, and we were more than happy to do it, and said that's fine, and stayed on with them for a lot less because they helped us out during a real tough time. So we're going to stick around with them until as long as we can. And if it needs to go down to half of what we're getting, and then a quarter, and then 10%, we don't care. We're staying as long as they're willing to stick with us. So anyway, you can join anywhere: YouTube, Rumble, X, Threads, Instagram.
Or all of them.
All of it. It doesn't have to be one. I mean, if you've got multiple social media accounts, follow us on all of it. We would appreciate it. All right, so let's rock and roll. And I want to show you Jimmy Kimmel's non-apology. By the way, it's nice to see so many people on tonight. We're absolutely crushing on all channels. Everything's pretty 5x5. We got 180 in general pop. And then on Rumble and Wimkin, we've got another 75 or so. So it's good to see so many people on. Here is Jimmy Kimmel and his non-apology last night.
A lot about what I need to say and do tonight. And the truth is, I don't think what I know a lot about what I need to say and do tonight. And the truth is, I don't think what I have to say is going to make much of a difference. If you like me, you like me. If you don't, you don't. I have no illusions about changing anyone's mind. But I do want to make something clear because it's important to me as a human. And that is, you understand that it was never my intention to make light of the murder of a young man.
Liar.
I don't think there's anything funny about it. I posted a message on Instagram on the day he was killed, sending love to his family and asking for compassion, and I meant it, and I still do. Nor was it my intention to blame any specific group for the actions of what it was obviously a deeply disturbed individual. That was really the opposite of the point I was trying to make, but I understand that to some that felt either ill-timed or unclear, or maybe both. And for those who think I did point a finger, I get why you're upset. If the situation was reversed, there's a good chance I'd have felt the same way. I have many friends and family members on the other side who I love and remain close to, even though we don't agree on politics at all. I don't think the murderer who shot Charlie Kirk represents anyone. This was a sick person who believed violence was a solution, and it isn't. It ever. And also, selfishly, I am a person who gets a lot of threats. I get many ugly and scary threats against my life, my wife, my kids, my coworkers because of what I choose to say. And I know those threats don't come from the kind of...
And all of us do because of what you say too, you prick.
...people on the right who I know and love. So that's what I wanted to say on that subject. But I don't want to make this about me because... And I know this is what people...
So there is his his cry. He then went on for 25 minutes. 25. And just ripped on Donald Trump. He also said this, which is so rich. You know, I can't, all you had to do was come on and say, I'm sorry. From the bottom of my heart, I'm sorry. What I said was not right. It wasn't correct. It was a lie. I own it. I let myself, since 2016, I have done hundreds of hours of monologues, and I've never crossed that line before, but I did it that night, and I am sorry. I don't expect you to watch my show. I don't expect you to love me, and we can continue to be at odds on our political discourse, but what I did was wrong, and I'm ashamed of myself, and I'm sorry. Nope, you coward. What you did is use somebody else's courage for your own benefit. And this is where Olivia is probably going to eat him for lunch because she's already pissed. Here it is.
A moment over the weekend, a very beautiful moment. I don't know if you saw this. On Sunday, Erica Kirk forgave the man who shot her husband. She forgave him. That is an example we should follow. If you believe in the teachings of Jesus as I do, there it was. That's it. A selfless act of grace, forgiveness from a grieving widow. It touched me deeply. And I hope it touches many. And if there's anything we should take from this tragedy to carry forward, I hope it can be that.
What do you think of that, Livy?
Liar! Liar!
Oh, God.
That's exactly what he is. He's full of BS.
Ridiculous,
he is
isn't
not a genuine person. Everything he says is scripted, and he doesn't mean any of it. Nothing at all.
The balls on him to use Erica, and as everyone in the media is saying she's fake and crocodile tears, and she didn't have her makeup wasn't running, so therefore she wasn't crying. I'm pretty sure a grieving widow knows to get
waterproof makeup.
makeup.
There is such a thing as waterproof makeup, just so we know. Is it just me? I mean, like, I've never really watched his show, but we have watched clips on our show here and there. Does it sound like his audience was really small? Didn't sound like a lot of applause and a lot of people were in the audience.
Well, right. Yeah. I don't know. Hold on a second. Can I check my private messages? Who's where? Like on the phone or Facebook or Twitter or where? And who? Matt or Dumb Show? Or I need more specifics, guys and girls.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Jimmy Kimmel.
I'm looking.
I don't think he is genuine at all. And there are people, all he needed to do was come out and say that it was not a MAGA person.
That's it.
Because there are people on the far right and there are people on the far left that grasp at straws. Case in point, the Charlie Kirk assassination. The guy behind him checked his watch and did hand signals. Therefore, he signaled the assassin of when to shoot Charlie Kirk. That's going around. That was his best friend.
Yeah. And security.
I mean, and head of security. I mean, every single time the far right and the far left look at situations and they implant stuff to support their crazy freaking narrative.
Yeah.
There's going to be people out there on the left that are going to look at that and go, he winked at a certain time.
Right.
When he said that the shooter wasn't any part of a group, or he did a hand signal. He moved his fingers and his hands, or he stepped to the right. And he's telling us that they were MAGA, so we knew to go after MAGA. He didn't outright say it wasn't a MAGA person, and therefore people are still going to believe it was. And all he's doing is fanning the flames that we're horrible, evil people. And yeah, I have absolutely zero respect for him. And he doesn't seem like a very godly person to me.
No, that's the, listen.
I've never heard him
but I don't seem like a godly person to people. And his journey, I'm not going to judge that. It's not my business. If he says he believes in Jesus Christ and he's a Christian, then good for him. And there's different levels of Christians, right? I mean, you look at Adam Carolla, who says that Jimmy Kimmel's a good dude and they're friends because he's such a good dude. That's fine. That's fine. You can say that. But his action should speak for him. Yarmo says 30-06. 12 millimeter longer than a 308. You're also, you said you're no firearms expert. So that's like me saying a Ferrari can beat a Tesla just because one's more expensive than the other. You know what I'm saying? I'm not an auto expert, but it just makes sense that a Ferrari would beat a Tesla. And then you see the results. A 308, it depends on the boring of the rifle. It depends on the quality of the ammunition, because although it is extremely uncommon not to have an exit wound with something the size of a 308 or 30-06 or 270, what you're also talking about is that you can have splintering in a round, and that changes everything. Now, the autopsy said it was because of dense bone, which more than likely hit his clavicle, or right here in his clavicle when it came in. But then others say that it was an entry wound into the neck, and other people are saying it was from behind. It came behind his right ear. That's all bullshit. The thing about what I saw is that it entered where you see the blood flow come out. That's your entry wound. And you see something with that, the displacement of energy that took place. And I want you to listen to what I'm trying to tell you. If you excavate coming out of that back of that neck or head or shoulder, or I've seen a round go into somebody's leg and come out through their freaking neck. I've seen it come out through their shoulder. Specifically like a 223 or a 556, just because of sheer velocity, it's not going straight in and out. It usually hits, bounces, goes up, sideways, wherever, and comes out, and the exits are horrible. But when it hits bone, splintering takes place, especially with an AR, which penetration power is based on its velocity. So if it goes in and it hits, major dense bone, it has the ability to splinter, and that bone pays the price. Now, what you don't hear people talking about is the cavitation of the shot. And I want you to look at the energy displaced in Charlie and what takes. First of all, he was out like a light. He was dead immediately. Just gone. There was nothing. He was toast. And the reason why is because that shot into the neck more than likely hit his jugular, hit his carotid. But then where did the round go? More than likely to the base of the spine and into the brainstem, which would turn him out like a light. It's called the apricot shot. Most snipers from behind will go for an apricot shot, which is just that soft spot right at the base of your neck and your skull. And if you hit that with a knife or a projectile of any volume and size and speed, you're going to turn somebody off. But what you don't hear people talking about, which really frustrates me, because we covered this on the show and they don't have an answer for it, is the cavitation. I want you to look at the shot in slow-mo. And don't look at the entry. Don't look at the supposed vest he's wearing, the ballistic vest. Don't look at the security guards. I want you to look at the expansion of Charlie Kirk's head. And I want you to look at the expansion of his chest and his facial features. Because when that bullet enters, it literally displaces blood. And this is graphic. So if you don't want to hear this, turn this shit off. If you want the real answer, I'm giving it to you. And all these wannabe, I was a sniper and blah, blah. Any sniper is going to tell you this shot was easy as a drop in the bucket. Any sniper is going to tell you that he didn't break down the weapon on the back. Anyone's going to break down the video and tell you that he has it wrapped in the towel or it's in a soft canvas bag. All of this bullshit is all just Candace Owens and people like Stu Peters who are grifting for your dollars. The same people who told you the election was stolen and Donald Trump had tribunals and he was going to arrest everybody and told you about Androcrom and told you about the bioweapon labs in Ukraine. All these fuckers are just grifting. But if you look at the cavitation, the video evidence is there that the bullet didn't leave because there is no decompression. When you excavate bones, tissue, muscle, sinew, blood out of an exit wound or brain matter, as in Kennedy, the face isn't going to swell, the chest area, the neck area isn't going to swell. The reason why it swells is you have a displacement of matter that shifts and moves, and the points that it went up to was into the head and into the neck where you saw him expand. His face literally changes shape from the amount of blood and tissue and everything else and the volume of things that were moved in his neck into his head. That is a perfect example of a round that does a massive amount of traumatic damage, displaces and just literally change the composition of everything in that area. liquefies, moves, rips, tears, shatters, explodes. And if there was an exit, all of that pressure would leave out the back. We saw that with Kennedy. That's what they call the pink mist. We see it, you can watch it in Call of Duty and sniper movies. You didn't have any of that. So it shows you there was no, all you did was see literally from the exit, the pressure that could leave left out. And that's why you saw that large amount of blood. Anyone else that wants to debate me on that, come on the show and I'll debate you right fucking now.
I hear Miss Candace is saying some other.
Oh, I know she is. I know what Candace is saying. I listen to her stuff every day.
Trapdoor. Thank you, Mel. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mel. So I'm not saying that I know everything. What I'm telling you is I stand on my record. I stand on the 5 years of reporting that we've done here at this show, and people who know this show come here and it would be very easy to prove me wrong. But we deal with facts here. Now, a 308 or a 30-06. Now, I thought the first shot was a 308 because I knew it was a bolt action and everyone here was on the show and remember, and then I said it could be a 270, a 308. I didn't think it was a 30-06, but they're saying it's a 30-06 and that's fine. But the boring of the rifle also is extremely important. The quality of the ammunition is extremely important. We don't know how old the ammunition is. We don't even know if this was sitting in a closet and it literally had spider webs and dust and shit. I mean, all of these things impact the shot. We know he was not an expert rifleman because the shot came in low for where he was probably aiming. And we know it didn't hit the canopy and he had a clear line of sight from head to toe. But what he wasn't anticipating is a downward trajectory angle on a shot and the creep. And that's what happens. He was probably aiming for center mass, and then the shot crept up and went into the neck. Either way, that is a very forgiving shot at that distance, at that velocity, with that type of rifle. But what we don't know, if the round tumbled, if it wobbled, we have no idea if it went in clean. And from the entry wound, it's a big one. But if that thing was tumbling and it didn't hit with a spiral and velocity that it's accustomed to, it wouldn't necessarily puncture through the entire human body. Now, you could make 100 shots and it would go through 100 times. But remember, Donald Trump was shot in the ear and should be dead. And even the cavitation from him getting hit, you just don't understand the sheer number of improbability that he should not have a side of his face. Just from that round going across his ear and hitting tissue, the cavitation from that round should have done extensive damage. He is absolutely lucky. And you have to say, is it luck or is it something else? And with Charlie Kirk, you also have to ask that question because that 308 round absolutely should have blown his fucking head off. That 30-06 round would blow his head off. A 270 would blow his head off. Any hunting rifle at that range of that magnitude and that size should have done damage that everyone should have seen. And that back of that canopy should have been arterial red. Which leads you to believe, if you have to ask the question, what's more probable? That the round tumbled, whether from boring or the quality of the ammunition, and then hit it at a non-cataclysmic spot where you wouldn't see a massive exit. And let's face it, bone is dense, spine is dense, muscle, tissue, all of these things are dense. And if it went through the clavicle, went into the neck, either one, hit the spine at a tumble, it's going to have a different penetration profile than a round that goes completely straight through at its pinnacle velocity and spin rate. It's going to have a different situation happen altogether. So is that more probable? The round was tumbling, number one, and then we had splintering take place, which is why he turned off, and you saw that massive damage. You saw all the damage literally climb up into his face. Go watch the video. Explain that to me. Why did all of that happen? Why did it restructure his face? Why did all the pressure move up if he had an exit wound and the neck was the exit wound? You can't explain that. So that immediately changes the fact that he got hit behind the ear, and it changes the fact that it went through his vest and came up through his neck. All that's bullshit because it didn't happen, because the black dot on the right side of his chest right side of his chest, is his microphone. It's a DJI mic. Honey, hand me my mic. It's on the camera. This is what he had on him. But I have a big version. But they're circular, small versions. They're half again the size and they're half as thin. And they basically sit right there through your shirt. He had one of these on and he's mic'd up. He's mic'd up because they're recording this. I wear this when I do my videos. Usually it's up in my hat. So that's not an entry point. So, and then the back of the ear thing, thanks, honey. And the guy with the palm pistol and then his butt. I have grown up with these idiots in the John F. Kennedy assassination, and now I have to listen to them with Charlie Kirk. And trust me, it's exhausting. Is it probable that what I said is true, or that it was a palm pistol? This is totally tubular donation, $15. Thank you, brother. Is it possible that what I'm saying is Occam's razor? When you remove all factors, no matter how crazy the remaining is, has to be true type theory. When all probable solutions are navigated and the obstacles are traversed through, Occam's razor applies here. Or is it a secret super Jewish conspiracy theory that the Jews want to kill Charlie Kirk? If the Jews wanted to take people out, they would take out Rashid Tlaib and Ilhan Omar. They would take out Stu Peters. They would take out Nick Fuentes. There's about 7 billionaires who don't like the Jews that I can name too. So I understand that it's sexy to do conspiracy. I think I get it. I know the allure. But I'm telling you, there are people who are grifting off this like they're grifting off the Jew hate. They were grifting on this as they were grifting on the J6ers. They're grifting on this like they're grifting on the stolen election. How At War Clandestine is grifting off Ukrainian bioweapon labs. What am I grifting on? I'm grifting on the truth. And I challenge you to go back through 5 years of history with me and find out where I've been wrong. And let's have that conversation, because I'll put my record against anyone. The only one I won't really put it up against is Megyn Kelly, because she's pretty much always right. Laura Logan's pretty damn good too, even though I've beat her on a couple stories. And she's trashed me on several. But I'll put my reputation against anybody. I'm a small-time podcaster. My wife and I are small-time podcasters. The people on the show are small-time podcasters, but we don't have small-time information. We have a lot of contacts and a lot of friends and a lot of people who play this game in this business, and we just give you the straight poop. That's what we do. And if you love it, you come back. And if you don't, you don't. Good conversation. No, thank you, Jarmo. Valhalla VFT has been making a lot of sense, but I don't know. You're right. We didn't see the exit. Thank you, actually, more than me. No, brother. No, listen, dude. I've seen you on the show. I've seen you pop around on Facebook. So I remember people who interact. I'm not trying to be mean to anybody. I'm not saying that a Force Recon sniper knows more about me, but I've actually got quite a few friends who work Force Recon, and I've got a good buddy who is a Force Recon sniper. I'd love to have him on the show.
Kiki'd ever come on?
Yeah, I just got to ask him. No, I know the difference in the sound, but a 308 has a bassier report. And it didn't sound like a 306 to me. I thought the report from that weapon, from that shot sounded 308 to me. It sounded 308 to Tommy Cawthon. It sounded 308 to Mike. When they came back with 30-06, I think, Melanie, you said 30-06. What if somebody did? And I said 270 possibly. Just because of the damage, I was like 30-06, but a 308 would have done just as much. I mean, I can show you a 308 round and a 30-06 right now, side by side. And, there's a big difference. Right. Yeah. And what grain it was. We don't know what exactly. We don't know what type of round it was. The grain count on that weapon is completely different because we talked about the size. The bigger it is, the slower it moves, and the velocity and speed. I mean, people just don't consider, and you're not a ballistics expert, people. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But I'll tell you what, I've seen enough ballistic gel strikes to tell you. I've put enough rounds downrange to tell you. And I talk to the right people. But also my common sense tells me these things. I'll tell you this. I've seen stranger things than this. A lot stranger. Hi, buddy. Hello. Sounds like a miracle. Sounds like something. I know. Isn't that cute? Is the dog in here too?
She's right next to you.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
So you're right.
Melanie said both, actually. All right. We need the truth and justice, not to BS. Yeah, you're right, man. We want the truth. That's what we're looking for. And honestly, here's the thing that I will say. Dan Bongino and Kash Patel, I've hit Kash Patel hard. I didn't like the advice he gave Trump about the document scandal because he was wrong. Dan Bongino, I defend, and everyone knows on Dan's show, I have defended Dan, and Dan and I, people say we have a lot in common the way we present. I don't know about that. I think he is excellent. But I will tell you, we agree on most everything, and I would break stories before him, and then he was right after me saying what I said. Jamie Zippel donated 10, love the show, and I love the Facebook fans. Thank you, Jamie.
Thank you, Jamie.
Jamie, if you're sending me a message, I need to know. I'm trying to find it from you. But I trust Dan, and I trust Kash. I trust Pete Hegseth, and I trust that administration that one of their own was killed. And I believe they are absolutely going to do everything they can to ensure this. But you've got a person who admitted he did it. You've got DNA on the scene. I've went through the video evidence. I've shown you how he did not break down the rifle upon exfil. He had it broken down on entry and put it back together there. He had all the time in the world to set up. We don't know how long. We don't have the timeline. Everyone's saying that the text messages between him and his lover are wrong, but you know what? Those written notes are actually cleaned up for the evidence in the case, so when prosecution presents, people can understand. They do the same thing with language, translating information or notes or evidence that's in Spanish or Cyrillic or whatever else it would be, so it can be easily digested and consumed by the courts. That doesn't mean that's what was said verbatim. It is to put it into context so they understand. If you actually look at the text messages, which will be presented in court, I promise you it's a lot more fragmented, it's a lot more ridiculous, and it's talked in loot speak, like kids talk. Something to think about.
Like low-key, man.
Low-key, man. All right, folks, listen, 248.15. We have got just a few more minutes, and I've got a couple things to cover. I would really like to hit our goal. Can we please get into it? I would appreciate it. Here's another video I want to show you. There's a couple of them. I'm trying to find the one I want to get you the most. Here's Spanberger. I just want you to listen to this. This is her calling for violence. I think. You guys can tell me. Listen. And once again, folks, donation is thedumbshow.com/donate. It's 248.15. Thank you.
Let your rage fuel you. Every time we hear a new story, we let it fuel us. Every time we turn on the news, we let it fuel us. Every time something bad is happening, we say, oh, that's motivation. I'll tell you this, I have an opponent who's incredibly motivating.
That sounds like a threat to me.
Yeah, let's use your rage. Let's let our rage feel. This woman is dangerous. Okay? If everyone wants to talk about the deep state, this chick was CIA. Okay?
Oh, she was. I didn't know.
Yeah,
that.
I don't like CIA running for government positions. CIA you can go work in the CIA, you can work in the intelligence field. Listen, I worked Intel. There's a reason why I don't go into politics, and that's why. That's why. I don't believe former intelligence officials should ever be in politics.
Why is that?
We know too much, and we're too jaded. Too jaded. And I believe that the government needs to lie to its people often. I hate to say it. Here's my problem is, I'll tell you what my dad used to say. He's like, you know what? I like it when the government lies to me. I don't know why they stopped all of a sudden. There are things I don't need to know. There are things I don't want to know. And at some point, the United States government felt like transparency was a way to get the American people on their side until the other side did it to them. And now it's a transparency game. Who can release the information, damn the damage, damn the high waters. Don't care what it causes, as long as the information is out and disseminated and processed by the American public as fast as possible. I don't like that. I think the government needs to work in the shadows. I think it needs to constantly try to ensure that we have the cutting edge in every single facet of what our company is responsible for, our country, whether it's the borders, whether it's the protection of the U.S. citizens, whether it's our economy, whether it's our military, our world standing, whatever it is, the United States absolutely should be secretive and lethal in its design and absolutely loyal to the American people. That is what I believe. And I think operators and I think intel people, and I think we've seen behind the curtain a little bit. And I think that we can be extorted based on what we know. And it can be leveraged against us. Just like we would check people in background investigations and check to see if they were compromised, check their credit card accounts. What could we use against them if we were a foreign government? And can that compromise this person's position to use what they know and use their clearance to do damage to the United States? And if that threat assessment was at a certain level, those people did not get their clearance. And they were rock kicked out of programs. I believe that the opposite holds true for politicians. And that's why I don't run. Besides the fact that I have no desire to put my family through it and to go through what I would need to go through. I told you, if I ever ran, what would I do?
Be completely transparent about everything you've ever done in your life.
I would hold a press conference and I would literally just start at 8 a.m. until it was over and say, you may ask me any question you want after I read you my statement to tell you all the things that I have done over the last two hours over my 51 years of life, so we can get this out in the open now so it can't be used against me and my political opponent. And I ask that my political opponent do the same thing. Here it is. Here's where I've cheated. Here's where I've lied. Here's where, I wasn't faithful to partners before I was married. Carla Sanchi donated $50. Thank you.
Much. Appreciate it.
Puts us right there at $298.15. We're a couple dollars shy, but we're going to get there. But I would absolutely list my indiscretions every time I cheated on taxes, any type of relationships that I had that went sour, people I hurt along the way, people who I fired maliciously in the workplace, whatever it was, I would list everything down. And then I would say, now you know the worst parts about me, and I would ask you to take the time to learn the good parts and see which one outweighs which. And if the left is stronger than the right by the time that we're done, and this hand is high and this hand is low, and this is the bad and this is the good, that you vote for me. Because if you can accept these things like I've accepted to tell you about them, then you must know that I'm going to do these too. Because my trust and credibility has been demonstrated. I've got no secrets. That's the way I'd run for office. And I'd probably get obliterated. But at least I'm going to be the one politician who was honest to everybody. That's it. Wouldn't that be refreshing?
Mm-hmm.
So there's Spanberger. So if you're in Virginia or the area, please do me a favor. Please do me a favor and go vote for her. Olivia, here, we're ending on this one tonight. Folks, we're $2 away. I'd really like to hit it. That'd be awesome. So if we could pitch in, that'd be awesome. All right. I'd vote for you. Yeah, I don't know, man. I got a past. I didn't treat people nice. When I was after the military and I hurt myself, when I was on the drugs, I wasn't a good human being. Yarmo, nice to see that. Yarmo, thanks, man. $20. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you, man. Thanks for listening to us. Most people come in here and they don't want answers. They want to tell us what they know, and that's cool. We like that too, but appreciate you listening to us. Yeah, I've done a lot. It's shit. every person who was habitual or addicted to drugs, and mine was pharmaceutical. We know why. We know it doesn't matter. There's no excuse. I'm an addict. I'll always be one. Has hurt people along the way. And I've tried to ask for forgiveness from the people who I have hurt. And I've done a good job, I think. But there was no program. There were no 12 steps. It was just me getting back to being a human being. That damage comes out during elections. You know what I mean? But we'll see. Matt, would you consider taking us through the history of continuing resolutions and how we got to where we are today? Yeah, I've done that before. We've done continuing resolutions, but I'll talk about CRs. Our good friend Eli Crane hates CRs, and I hate them too. I hate it. I think the U.S. government should justify its budget every single year, and it should work. We should be budgeting 5 to 10 years in advance. Multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar companies forecast 5 years down the road. The U.S. government should absolutely be forecasting 15 to 20 years down the road. Here is... Yeah, this is my government. Like I'm a better service doing this than I am running for office. But I'll tell you what, I do want to possibly run for city council. I've been thinking about it here in my town. School board. I don't want to be on the school board. I will go to jail. 2110. Sorry, making cookies. Love you. We love you too, Bobby. You're
sending some our way, right, Bobby?
Yeah, Bobby. Seriously, all we care about is the cookies, really. So we don't care what you're doing. Just send them. Oh, I would. Yeah, bro. No. Like, I can't even get invited by the Republican Party to interview candidates. I can't even get invited to
the RNC.
The RNC.
You can't even get Winsome Sears on the show.
Can't even get Winsome Sears on the show. They don't want to come on the show because they know that people. I'll tell you why. Because I'm not a normal influencer. My loyalty isn't to the politician or the party. My loyalty is to the listener. That's why I'm so hard on you guys. That's why I challenge you guys. That's why I pick something you might say and I might come at you, because I want you to be lethal. I want your minds to be lethal. I want your ability to communicate and express yourself to be so lethal that you demand respect. And I honestly believe that people are intimidated to come on this show because they're afraid that I'm going to somehow make them look bad, when that's absolutely not the truth. Anyone who's been on my show, unless you're just an idiot and you're calling my wife names or screaming into the mic, but if you want to have a conversation, I will have a conversation with you. And we will probably leave it better than we found it. And Winsome Sears, I don't want to play gotcha with her. I want to know what she's going to do. I want to know how we are going to secure the Second Amendment in this state. I want to know how we're going to stop illegal dumping of immigrants into our state. I want to know how we're going to expand on Governor Youngkin and his bravery. He's doing a TP USA event tonight
with Megyn Kelly.
Governor Youngkin is doing a TP. We just lost Charlie Kirk, and he's putting himself in the line of fire. This is the man who needs to be the president of the United States. I'm telling you, I told you 2 years ago. When he gets the nomination, I would, and if JD Vance is the guy, he's the guy. We'll know we're going to know soon. In the next 16 months, we'll know if JD Vance is going to be the guy. Because Donald Trump is going to have to step back and put JD in the spotlight more. And he's going to have to let him run some programs and start getting some clout, or separate himself on Trump if the policies aren't doing well. That takes a lot of moxie from Trump to say, you know what, I'm going to let JD Vance go up there and kind of not be as loyal as he needs to be and call out some of the things that need to be fixed. That's politics. And a VP saying everything's fine, it's going to be perfect, let's continue to run on it. Well, that's possible. That's what happened with Reagan and Bush. But I have a feeling that Donald Trump's economy is not going to be perfect. There's a lot of damage done to it. And it would probably take 2 full terms to get it where it needs to be. And Biden fucked it up a lot. And that was generational damage. We're talking decades of repair. Maybe Donald Trump fixes it. Maybe these tariffs, because now the Fed is saying that the tariffs aren't having an impact on inflation. Did you hear that today?
No.
They're not. So now the Fed is backing up. So you got a lot of things happening. But if he can get the economy stabilized, he can go ahead and get the oil production where it's at, get gas prices to continue to drive down, get the jobs market going, get these investments going, then he can repair the economy. And then JD Vance, all he has to do is say, hey, 4 more years of the same. But I'm telling you, Youngkin, the billionaires want Youngkin. And the Commonwealth, Pennsylvania, Maryland, Virginia, and these center mass states, he can win New Hampshire. He can bring the political Northeast. He's a Kennedy, but grounded in red philosophy. Youngkin is amazing. Hey, caller, where are you from? What do you want to talk about?
This is Christine Clark.
Hi, Christine
from
Clark.
Oklahoma.
Yes, ma'am. How are you?
Oh, I'm all right. I enjoy your show.
I know.
Every night.
You're always here. Appreciate it. What do you want to talk about?
Well, I got a couple things. First, I can, you were talking about having children and stuff.
Yeah.
I contributed to that. I had 7.
Wow.
And now I've got 13 grandkids. And I'm only 59.
What?
Just turned on the 6th.
How? Wait a second.
Yeah.
When did you?
Birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday. And when did you have your last kid?
And when did you have your first kid?
I was 17. Wow. She's 41, my oldest, and my youngest is 30.
Wow.
And my oldest grandchild is going to be 20 next month, and my youngest grandchild is 4.
So family, do they all live in Oklahoma, or are they scattered all over the place?
They all live in Oklahoma except my oldest. She just moved. We're her 2 youngest kids up to Kansas.
Uh-huh.
But everybody else is here in Oklahoma. I'm originally from Rhode Island.
That's incredible.
Except my parents decided to move to California.
Yeah.
2 weeks before I turned 8 years old, and I was trying to make my way back to Rhode Island, but ended up with cancer. I've got it for the 4th time. So.
Oh my gosh.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Where are we at?
I had a good life.
But where are we at, Christine?
Well, I'm not going to the doctor for it. I'm good. When the man upstairs says out of the pool, I'm jumping. You can't say, "Oh, I need 5 more minutes." That's not how life is. But I'm positive. I'm good.
Are you in pain?
I feel good. Huh?
Are you in pain?
No.
Good.
Don't get upset.
I'm already upset.
Okay.
I'm already upset. Thank you very much. And you can't tell me how to feel. You've been around a long time.
Put your arms around.
You've been around.
Wrap your arms around yourself, and it's a hug from me.
I will, but you've been around the show for quite a while.
Yes.
How long?
Well, I can't remember. It's been a long time.
Long time.
I found your show, and I even go through withdrawals on the weekend when you're not on, so I go back through your videos. So.
What can we do to help? There's got to be something. You got to let me do something. You've been a huge supporter of ours, and
no, my other 2 questions are. I think I heard once that Olivia likes Precious Moments figurines.
Yes, Hayden and I both collect them.
She has hundreds of them.
Okay, because I went out with one of my kids. They went out with me 2 years ago and got my stuff out of storage in Arizona. And I know there's some of those figurines in there, so I'll be sending them your way. They've only been in storage for 30 years. And the last thing is when Leroy retires.
Yes, ma'am.
I would like to get him one of those wooden eagle plaques, veteran Navy. Like I got for you, I'd like to get him one.
I think he would love that, and I think he would appreciate.
And if you could suggest what Amy likes, so I can send her something as well.
Yeah, Amy is such an amazing soul. As long as it's from you, she would absolutely love it. But she loves the cross, and she loves Christ, and anything like that she would love.
Okay.
Christine, how long are we talking?
I don't know. like I said, my doctor was like, well, we need to monitor you. I said, I don't want a timestamp. And I'm not going to do chemo again because I already did that. And my kids watched me suffer through it. My second oldest son, because I had my first son, which was my third child that was born, he passed away at 3 months and 11 days old.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
And he would have been 38. And the next child, they found that he had testicular cancer. And he had surgery. And at his 6-week checkup, when he went in, 2 of the markers went down and 1 shot up, which was the indicator that it got into his abdomen. And they found cancer on his lungs and his liver. So he went through chemo, and it took care of the ones on his lungs, but not his liver, and they biopsied it, and it came back as an aggressive tetranoma.
Mm-hmm.
And he needs a liver. And they basically sent him home to die. But he keeps telling me, oh, I'm all right, Mom. I'm all right. I'm like, dude, I can look at you and tell you you're not good. And he goes, but Mom, I'm the only one that knows what you went through. We're in this together. And I'm like, okay. And he's talking about for my 60th birthday next year, he wants to take me back to Rhode Island. And I'm like, no, I'm good. Maybe I'll have him take me to Virginia to see you guys.
I was just gonna say, you. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. Like that's, you don't even have to ask. I mean, that's like this is like a Chuck thing for me. Like we've lost viewers, and it sucks. I mean, we've lost good friends to the show, and we've lost them through contrition and them just sick of me. But we've had our viewers die. I had a widow of a friend of ours, and his name was Robert. A lot of viewers probably remember him, but she called and she said, you know, there's $25 coming out of my account from you every month, and I don't know what it is. And I said, well, he ordered coffee from us in 2 bags every month. And she's like, can we go ahead and take that off? Because I can't afford it anymore. And we wound up buying her, I don't know, 40 or 50 bags and just sent them every month anyway. And, you know, that sucks and it's horrible. And then, you know, Chuck was what he did for us. But this sucks, Christine. Can I just tell you it sucks?
Yeah, it does.
Is there anything that can you I know your strength and I respect it, and I don't ever want to encroach upon it because it's inspirational, to be honest with you. Is there anything I can do? And please don't just say no. Take a second if you need to think about that, or if you can answer that now. Is there something I can do? And there's really no limit for me at this point. What can I do to help?
Keep your show going. I enjoy watching your show. Just keep it going.
Okay. All right. Well, I just want to tell you I love you and I appreciate you and I thank you for supporting us. And if you get to a point where it starts to get bad, you need to talk to me before, and I would like to talk to you either way, but just please make sure that we can have a conversation. Because I would love to have that conversation, whether that be face-to-face or over the phone. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll still be around.
I know. And I've still got your plaques you've sent, and I love you for it. And if you need help with Leroy, let me know. I can get you all the information. And if there's anything with Amy, anything I can do to help, just let me know, okay?
Okay. Well, when I send the stuff, it's come into your house and you can.
I'll redistribute it. Yes, ma'am. I'll make sure I do that. All right.
But I just want to wait for Leroy to be retired, so his says veteran as well.
Yeah. Well, remember,
I would need his years.
Yep. I'll get you all that information, and Yeah, he's close. So we'll go from there. Okay?
Okay.
All right, ma'am. I appreciate you, Miss Clark.
All right.
Thank you for everything.
All right.
Thank
All
you,
right,
Christine.
ma'am.
You too.
Alrighty.
Thanks for your show.
Bye.
Okay.
No, I'm not. It's a lot of fun. I feel like Jimmy Kimmel. I don't want to make it about me. I'm not going to dishonor her by making it about me, but this is the part of the show that I fucking hate. Donations are the thing I hate the most about this show. And the second thing, no, the first thing is this, is good people going through hell and then saying to me that it's a lot of responsibility. And I don't deserve it. I do not deserve. I don't deserve that admiration. I don't deserve it. I'm not worthy of it. And it's hard to hear that. It's so selfish of me too. I am. I'm absolutely honored, you know? But there's just a part of me, it just feels like, you know? Am I making sense here? Or you're not picking up what I'm putting down?
Yeah.
I mean, it was hard with Chuck, and it's hard with Christine, and it was hard with Isaac, and who's the lovely woman who was in ICU? I can't.
Jane.
Ivalee.
Oh, Ivalee. Yeah.
Ivalee. And that was hard. I mean, we were ready to go. We were going to drive down to her when we heard, and she's like, she's in the ICU, and the only thing she wanted was to turn on the Don't Unfriend Me show.
Jane.
That was Jane. Oh, that was Jane. Okay, yeah. No, Ivalee's going through it now. Jane, that's right. Jane was the one that wanted us on the show, or wanted the show turned on, and her family was kind of like, they did it, and like, we were ready to drive down there. You know what I mean? I hope she visits. You know what I mean? And because I think it's important. Yeah, I know. Maybe, yes. Well, prayer, of course. I mean, of course. Listen, I think Olivia will tell you, I'm in a real weird spot right now. And the last 45 days is, feeling like a newborn here. And I'm trying to learn all this. And there's a lot of the answers that I've wanted in my life are happening. And it's very emotional for me. Olivia will tell you there's a song that I keep listening to every day. And I wake up to it, I go to bed to it. And that's what happened when I was addicted, is there was one song, it was Angel Wings by Social Distortion. I listened to it for weeks. And it's acoustic, and I absolutely loved it. And it helped me through that. This song is transforming me through this spiritual journey that I'm going through. And so I'm just a little emotional about it. You know what I mean? And it's like the fact that anyone would bestow that on me it's humbling, and it's inspiring, and it makes me feel so honored and undeserving at times. But there are people who I would want to.
Oh, I'm on it.
Ash.
What's up, sweetie?
Luce.
What's up?
Where? Show me. Show me. Come here. Are you okay?
Ash just got up and started pointing at the window.
Just check the camera.
Yeah.
She's on guard.
Yeah, she is.
Right here. She's not moving. She's right here. Okay. It's okay. Good girl. Good girl. This isn't for drama. My dog doesn't cue unless there's something wrong.
Do you need to go take a walk?
No, but she's right here.
I know.
Nothing on camera?
Nope.
Check with Hade. Okay. She doesn't cue like that unless there's a problem. I know. Okay. I'm right here. She's like right by my side. She will not leave. But I also gave her a command. So she might just be.
What's the command on?
Loose.
Well, how do you make her calm down now?
She'll feed off me. But I'm kind of tripping my balls off right now. Don't. Come here. Hey. Ash. You're okay. You're okay. Come on. It's okay. Come on. You good? We're good. Okay. Go. You're good. Go in. Go. Get in. You're good. Okay. Thank you. No, you're good. No, you're good.
She's so loyal to you.
You're okay. Thank you. All right. Say hi to everybody. Yeah, I know. Where's Sissy? Where is she? Where's Sis? Go get her.
Go get sister.
Go get Sis. Find her. Go get her. I don't know why she shouldn't do that. No, not a skunk or raccoon. It could be a skunk, but
we do have a family of skunks that walks.
We do have a family of skunks.
We have deer. We've got foxes. We've got.
She's looking. But this dog's incredible, and she's been a worker since I got her, and she sweeps the house with me, and we do that, and she commands when I give her a command that's serious. She knows by my tone. No, she senses. Oh, that's what it is, Sandra.
What?
Senses my feelings.
Oh.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. We're going to go. We got a lot of people on. Everyone's like probably wondering. I forgot that she was probably reading off of, because whenever Ethan gets emotional or Olivia gets emotional, I get emotional. She reads and feeds. Can I show you this last video and then we can go?
Yes.
No, but when she recognizes threats. Like when the fire alarm goes off, she herds. She herds everybody. She grabs them and she collects people. And she's very, very loyal. And she's really smart. She's
looking over there.
Here.
There's something.
Ash, what is it? Ash, what is it? Come. What's going on? Where's Kitty? Ash, where's Kitty?
Kitty.
Go get Kitty.
Where's Kitty?
Go find the kitty. Where is she?
She's like, you guys tell me not to chase the kitty. I'm so confused. Where are you going, kiddo? She's pacing.
She doesn't know what the hell she wants.
Okay.
All right. So here's the deal. What state are you in? Yeah, we're in Virginia. Sorry, guys. We're once again the show. We just kind of go until we go. We're in Virginia, and yep. Here's the video. This is. Just watch. We'll see what you guys think about this. Here it is.
This is my voice 1 hour pre-testosterone. This is my voice 3 weeks on testosterone. This is my voice 6 weeks on testosterone.
I waited way too long for this because my voice has dropped like 4 times since the last time I did this. But my name is Robin Ingersoll, and this is my voice almost 4 months. Or is it over 4 months? Hold on. Yeah, almost 4 months on testosterone. Holy shit. My name is Robin Ingersoll, and I'm officially 6 months on testosterone. This is my voice 8 months on testosterone. I'm officially 10 months on testosterone. Wow. This is my voice 1 year on testosterone. So it's been a minute. And I just realized I haven't done anything with these. So, hey y'all. My name is Robin Ingersoll, and this is my voice. 3 years on testosterone.
Those parents should go to jail.
Let me switch the cameras.
Yeah.
I just don't understand. And I think a decision like that can be made when they're 18. I just don't understand why parents would do that. She can never reproduce. She has done permanent damage to her body. You also have a child who's running around without a shirt on. You know what? I'm not going to judge because I'm not going through it, but I'll tell you this. If we keep enabling these type of things, our country is doomed. Troy Fisher, how do you go to my store?
I just linked it.
Yep, thedumbshow.com/books. It'll take you right to it. You can get it. And it comes with all three. You can see it on the site, but it comes with the Bill of Rights, Declaration, and the Constitution. And they're small leatherette books. Now, I want to show you the size so people get kind of...
phone.
I put my glasses next to them because that's it. They're not huge. They're pocket books, but they're leatherette. And they come in a wooden, which is engraved, and they're stained, and the stars are engraved. You can see they're very deep. And the books sit there, and you can also put another, and they're Applewood books. They're from the Library of Congress and the Smithsonian. We have a very good relationship with them, and the books sit in so they can be presented front ways, or they can be set up with an additional 1 to 2 and put in your bookcase. And it's made by PFC Flags. They make beautiful custom flags. The flags that you see behind me, that's on the wall, which has my AR on it, is custom made by PFC. Good friend of mine, Jason, who was at my house today, and a good dude. But my store is amazing. Yeah, the store is amazing. Like, that's the one thing.
That's all you. You built that entire thing.
We do a lot of things well, and one of the things we do well is retail, because it's where I was born, and I believe customer service is important. Yeah, it's large print also. I think it's size 14. So everything we do is excellent. Our shirts are incredible. They last forever. Our hoodies, our long sleeve, it's all top notch. And listen, we're not cheap. Our stuff isn't overly expensive. Like, our hoodies are like $48 to $55. That's ridiculous for the quality of hoodie that we have. Our t-shirts are under $30, $29 for guys, starting $29.84, and then $28.84 for women. And they only go up in price when you get a XXX or a XXX, because more material is more money. But I have t-shirts that are 5 years old that we sell, and we've washed them 100 times, and they're still perfect. But everything we sell is high quality, and whether it's flags or coffee or drinkware, like, this stuff's awesome, man. I mean, these are great. I mean, the quality of the graphics, our stuff looks good. It lasts. Metal straws. Our coffee mugs are awesome. I mean, everything that we have is I don't put stuff on there unless it's good. Matt, you're becoming more sensitive. No, I've always been a sensitive guy. Olivia will tell you. I get emotional, but I'm not going to apologize for my beliefs. And I've always been ashamed of trying to care, because I was always afraid of what people would say, that I'm not smart, or I'm not an intellectual because I believe in God. And I've always allowed other people to dictate my faith. No more. So it's not sensitive, because I've always been a sensitive person. I care about the people I care about, but I'm no longer going to apologize. I need to put my armor on and educate myself on the book and the understanding, and get the questions answered that I need to have answered, so I can educate through the Bible, but also through experiential learning and history and everything else that I've studied. So yes, sensitive, but becoming more lethal in my knowledge. That's it. Okay, that's it. Last thing I'll tell you. Use code DUM10, DUM10, to save 10%. Oh my God, take a picture now. Oh
I missed it. Gosh darn it.
Yenny, get over there. She was going to cuddle with you, Yen.
Yenny was laying on the dog
Yenny,
bed.
you bitch.
Ash went. Ash is
good
like,
girl,
what did I
Ash.
do?
You did nothing wrong.
I tried.
She's an asshole.
I tried.
Look,
Ash is feeling so dejected right now.
We have a giant bed down here, and Yenny was sleeping in it, and Ash came and slept right next to her, and she built Yenny. That is so wrong. She is the greatest cuddler in the world.
Well,
I'm sorry, Yen. Ash.
I mean, Ash, we've been telling you to stop chasing. She thinks that the cat's tail is a chew toy.
Yeah.
And she chases Yenny around the house and tries to bite her tail. I've been trying to tell her.
She even gave her space. She didn't even lay on her. She was just right next to her, comfy as ever. And Yenny's like, I am out of here. Look at Ash. Ash feels dejected. She's so like, sad. She's like, I just want a friend.
Me.
What a friend.
Ash, stop attacking Kitty and she will snuggle with you.
Maybe we
promise.
should get a second dog. Oh, she's going to go kill Kitty.
Nope. Now she's looking at the door.
Now she hears something. Ash, what is it? Go get it. Get it. Dog is so smart. See, she's going. All right, we're going to go because my dog's freaking me out and I gotta sweep. We get a lot of threats. I want to say
she's at the front door right now and she's standing post at the front door.
All right.
All right, you go.
Would you do me a favor?
Yes.
Would you shut us down?
How do I shut us down?
Folks, love you guys. You're going to hit close.
Where's close?
It's right up top right. And tell everyone goodbye.
All right.
And then just reach over. I got to go check the house.
All right. Thank you, y'all. Everything tonight. Appreciate it. Thank you all for the donations. Thank you for the phone calls. Thank you for joining us. And a couple things. Don't forget, Damani will be in the house tomorrow with Leroy. Not in-house. I got to figure out that. He will be on the show tomorrow with Leroy and Matthew. And then we did finally narrow down a day, and Dan Nunn from the Nunn Report is going to be on the 14th of October, which is a Tuesday. So he will be here then, not physically in-house, but on the show. So anyway, thank you so much, everyone. I will see you guys on Friday, and you guys have a great night. Night, y'all.
Adjusting transmitter output.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me Show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, and Olivia. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on all major social media channels at The Dumb Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.